time, but not get undisciplined and take poor penalties at the wrong time because their ego is bruised and someone took advantage of them, then being able to hold all that in check. So there's just so many dynamics to think about for a team in order to overcome all the obstacles to win a championship. And it's fascinating to me. It's one of the reasons I was able to play 26 years, because once you do it, you understand how fun it is, but also how complicated and intricate it is to kind of get not only the team from a physical standpoint to come together, but how a team comes together emotionally, mentally, and the spirituality around a team, and the respect that lives inside that locker room is incredible.
Follow every second of the action on NHL Network Radio. From behind the bench to every play on the ice. If it's hockey, it's on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. SiriusXM 91.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Wednesday, February the 5th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL, 7 p.m., New York Rangers take on the Boston Bruins. Rangers on Sirius XM channels 91 Internet 938, Bruins on Internet 921. 9:30 p.m., Chicago Blackhawks face the Edmonton Oilers. Blackhawks on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 925, Oilers on Internet 930. 10:30 p.m., LA Kings face the Montreal Canadiens. Kings on Sirius XM channels 91 Internet 932, Canadiens on Internet 934. For 24/7 coverage of the NHL season and hockey across the world, keep it locked on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio, Channel 91. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Wednesday, February the 5th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL, 7 p.m., New York Rangers take on the Boston Bruins. Rangers on Sirius XM channels 91 Internet 938, Bruins on Internet 921. 9:30 p.m., Chicago Blackhawks face the Edmonton Oilers. Blackhawks on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 925, Oilers on Internet 930. 10:30 p.m., LA Kings face the Montreal Canadiens. Kings on Sirius XM channels 91 Internet 932, Canadiens on Internet 934. For 24/7 coverage of the NHL season and hockey across the world, keep it locked on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio, Channel 91. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Wednesday, February the 5th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL, 7 p.m., New York Rangers take on the Boston Bruins. Rangers on Sirius XM channels 91 Internet 938, Bruins on Internet 921. 9:30 p.m., Chicago Blackhawks face the Edmonton Oilers. Blackhawks on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 925, Oilers on Internet 930.
SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio is the place for expert advice, strategy, and information from the best fantasy sports analysis to win your league. Plus, hear pick-by-pick coverage of live drafts and interviews with top players, coaches, and team executives on SiriusXM 87.
Mark Messier is a 6-time Stanley Cup champion. He won 5 with the Edmonton Oilers and 1 with the New York Rangers, and is the only player to captain 2 teams to Stanley Cup championships. In Edmonton, after winning back-to-back Stanley Cup championships in 1984 and 85, it wasn't until 1987 where the team would win their 3rd Stanley Cup championship. Speaking on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio, Messier joined Scott Laughlin for the morning skate on SiriusXM Channel 91 to talk about what it was like to win that 1987 Stanley Cup Finals series against the Philadelphia Flyers, despite blowing a 3-1 series lead and having to win it in a Game 7.
Mark, let's go back to the 1987 Canada, or not Canada Cup. That was still to come.
That was
the
the
1987.
That was
yes, that wasn't Game 7, but that was an all-decider as well, as we know.
But
for Game 7, yeah, that was pretty good stuff. But 87 in the Stanley Cup Final, you're facing Philadelphia. You're up 3-1 in the series. They come back to tie it. Now you've got Game 7. Take us back to your greatest remembrances of, again, almost letting the series slip away and then having that opportunity in Game 7 to come up big, which you guys clearly did.
Well, it just goes to show you that we felt back in 87, we were really at the peak of that team in some ways. Some people think 85 team was the best team ever. 87, I think, was probably the most talented team. I think 85 team had a better overall record. I think it was 16-1 or 16-2 in that playoff year, 87. we got tangled up against Philadelphia, but we felt we're a better team. But sports isn't about who's a better team. It's about the belief system inside the dressing room. And Philadelphia wouldn't quit. Mike Keenan wouldn't allow the young Philadelphia team to quit. They were kind of banged up. They had some injuries, but they were able to extend the series after what we thought probably should have been maybe at least 4 or 5 game series. We lost, I think, the first game, if I remember correctly, and then came back and won 3 in a row, coming home to win the 5th game, only to realize that winning a championship, even after all the experience we had, is not that easy. And then going back to Philadelphia for Game 6, and they trounced us in Philly. Now we find ourselves in a Game 7, and then once you get to a Game 7, anything can happen. You can get a bad break, an unlucky bounce, as we've seen in the past. And so everything's at stake, everything's on the line. And I think luckily for us, we're able to, really kind of rely on our experiences that we had in the past. We felt incredibly confident that if we went out and played our best game and Philadelphia went out and played their best game, our best was going to be good enough. But even with that, there was so much uncertainty. And sure enough, we were able to win our 3rd cup in 4 years, which was quite an incredible feat.
That was Hockey Hall of Famer and Stanley Cup champion for the Edmonton Oilers, Mark Messier, on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio's The Morning Skate with Scott Laughlin on Channel 91.
Get the latest news, opinion, and analysis from MMA to boxing and the professional wrestling world 24/7. SiriusXM Fight Nation, SiriusXM 156, and the SXM app.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Wednesday, February the 5th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL, 7 p.m., New York Rangers take on the Boston Bruins. Rangers on SiriusXM channels 91 Internet 938, Bruins on Internet 921. 9:30 p.m., Chicago Blackhawks face the Edmonton Oilers. Blackhawks on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 925. Oilers on Internet 930. 10:30 p.m., LA Kings face the Montreal Canadiens. Kings on Sirius XM channels 91 Internet 932. Canadiens on Internet 934. For 24/7 coverage of the NHL season and hockey across the world, keep it locked on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio, Channel 91. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Wednesday, February the 5th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL, 7 p.m., New York Rangers take on the Boston Bruins. Rangers on SiriusXM channels 91 Internet 938, Bruins on Internet 921. 9:30 p.m., Chicago Blackhawks face the Edmonton Oilers. Blackhawks on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 925. Oilers on Internet 930. 10:30 p.m., LA Kings face the Montreal Canadiens. Kings on Sirius XM channels 91, Internet 932. Canadiens on Internet 934. For 24/7 coverage of the NHL season and hockey across the world, keep it locked on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio, Channel 91. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Wednesday, February the 5th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL, 7 p.m., New York Rangers take on the Boston Bruins. Rangers on SiriusXM channels 91 Internet 938, Bruins on Internet 921. 9:30 p.m., Chicago Blackhawks face the Edmonton Oilers. Blackhawks on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 925. Oilers on Internet 930.
Mad Dog Sports Radio has the best sports talk in the business, covering sports with a passion and knowledge you need. Mad Dog Sports Radio, SiriusXM 86, and the SXM app.
Former Colorado Avalanche chairman and CEO Charlie Lyons was on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio Channel 91 with Steve Kouleas to discuss what it was like successfully keeping Joe Sakic in Colorado in 1997 during a chaotic 7-day time frame.
That all this, Charlie, comes together in 7 days. Like this isn't one moving part. Like if we get the Fox deal done, it's done. If the movie does really well, we'll borrow from the future, even though that wasn't the best thing, as you alluded to, from the movie company. Or the mayor says, yeah, we're going to do that. Like they could have said, it's August. We'll talk after Labor Day. So what's incredible... right? That you got it done that quickly, which is it's hard to do one deal in 5 business days, let alone the 7 you dealt with.
You know, in the movie business, I make this point in the documentary. One of the things that keeps an audience engaged is if the clock is ticking. You know, find the person that's been kidnapped, disable the bomb, stop the terrorist, get to the stage on time so you can get up and do your stand-up comedy when the audience is waiting. The ticking clock makes people realize we don't have time to screw around. We got to fix this and do it right now. So that was, in many ways, as miserable it was for, and particularly with my team, because I had a great team, you know, but they did the heavy lifting because in essence, we had to do everything on handshakes. You're not going to get everything documented, but you're talking about the most honorable parties on earth, the mayor, Fox, Liberty Media. When they shake your hand, it's gold. And so we got it all done and here we are.
What was it like this is 1997, so no e-transfers. What was it like to tell the Rangers, to quote a song, to take this and shove it? Who made the call and said, by the way, here's the check for Joe Sakic, bye-bye, NYC?
Well, Pierre went to Joe's house and delivered the money. I got up with Liberty and Fox and the mayor at City Hall, and we announced the arena deal, Fox and Liberty. And we were coordinated. It was choreographed. And then I was a speechwriter when I was a kid. And I had the blessing to do some work for the governor of New York when he was vice president, Nelson Rockefeller. And he had that famous picture where he was being heckled and he offered his opinion of that. And that picture of him flipping the bird was, I figured, a nice gift to send Dave Checketts, who was a good friend of mine, by the way.
I love it. I never knew that. I love it.
MLB Network Radio is your home for 24/7 baseball talk, featuring on-site coverage of every major event from spring training through the World Series and expert analysis from former general managers and players. SiriusXM Channel 89.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your
tickets for Tate McRae and $1,000 for Ice District Authentics. Get your tickets now at EdmontonOilers.com/5050 for more chances to win. And there are already over 200,000 for the current draw. 20 minutes to face off. This is Rogers Game Night on the Oilers Radio Network.
From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs to pride celebrations. From your favorite fuss shop to your local Indian spot. From noodle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian Ultra XL. Molson. Everyone in. Must be legal drinking age.
When was the last time your electricity and natural gas provider made you feel like this? Low rates, no strings attached, year-round perks, and local energy experts who always have your back with Encore by Epcor. Find that carefree energy feeling at encore.epcor.com/carefree.
Customers are free to purchase natural gas or electricity services from a retailer of their choice. For a list of retailers, visit ucahelps.alberta.ca or call 310-4822 toll-free.
This is Oilers Rewind on the Oilers Radio Network.
Out to Nugent-Hopkins across to Draisaitl as one-timer misses, rims to the point. Bouchard to McDavid. McDavid scores! Connor McDavid off the left wing. A power play goal, and the Oilers are up 1-0. Back to Matthias Ekholm on the left wing to McDavid towards the net in front, just off the stick of Perry. And the puck goes to the right point. Bouchard to Ekholm, left wing. McDavid across, one-timer, scores! Leon Draisaitl side, and this game's tied at 2. Bouchard into St. Louis territory. Now gets the puck to McDavid. He'll go right to the net across. Scores! Connor Brown gets the pass on the left wing and wins the game in overtime for the Oilers.
A thing that we should take care of here in the building. That's the rewind. Oilers winning 3-2 last night against St. Louis in overtime on a Connor Brown goal. Tonight is a TNT broadcast. The puck drop will be at approximately 7:52 to 7:55 Edmonton time tonight. They've had a bat flying around the United Center circa 1974. The Buffalo Sabres and the Philadelphia Flyers back in the Stanley Cup final. And a guy brought out the fishing net and was able to get the bat. Of course, today, we don't kill the bats right away because that would upset Peter or somebody. So somebody wanted to take a shovel to it, but passed on it. So for all of you out there that are great supporters of various bats, we will tell you that the vampire remains alive. And the Oilers looking do I make the proverbial looking to suck some blood out of Chicago tonight? Time will tell in that regard. The Oilers are a little bit banged up illness-wise as well. Here we go. Local ties for Sobeys and Safeway, liquor, wine, spirits, beer, and so much more. And today we will focus on the Edmonton Oilers' Brett Kulak, Vancouver Giant for 4 years out of Stony Plain, Alberta. He's got 6 goals and 18 points this season, and he is one of 4 Oilers defensemen playing north of 20 games. By the way, Stuart Skinner is the Oilers' backup, and Canmore, Alberta's Noah Philp is a healthy scratch for tonight's game. We go to Legacy Heating and Cooling. Who's hot and who's not? Legacy Heating and Cooling. And there's a guy going pretty good. No interest and no payments for 1 year. Evan Bouchard. Oh, ye of the much maligned with some of the media. In the last 19 games for the Edmonton Oilers, Evan Bouchard's got 4 goals, 17 points, and is plus 14. He's up to plus 21 on the season, and he leads the Oilers on time and ice at 23-38. To the Pizza 73 out of town scoreboard. It is the official pizza of the Edmonton Oilers. And here is where we tell you that there are 2 other games today in the NHL. The Rangers are up 3-2 over Boston in the final 3 minutes. That's the TNT 1 game tonight. This is the TNT 2 game, Edmonton and Chicago. The Montreal Canadiens are at LA. The Bakersfield Condors had their all-star week this week. Matt Savoy, a strong showing. Of course, Savoy top 3 in rookie scoring in the American Hockey League. And it will be the Chicago Wolves going for a pair of games into Bakersfield on Friday and Saturday. The Edmonton Oil Kings are at the Calgary Hitmen on Friday night, and they are home to the Moose Jaw Warriors on Saturday. They don't have their top scorer, Grayson Sachin. They need to find a way to get a positive result against the Moose Jaw Warriors. Stay tuned following the game for the Alberta Blue Cross travel insurance goal of the game. Health, dental, travel. We've got the coverage you need. Visit ab.bluecross.ca. There you go. Like I said, very quiet night around the National Hockey League. And when we come back on our extended Rogers Game Night show, Cam Moon, Rob Brown. 15 minutes to face off.
When the Oilers are on the ice, the big hits are a part of the game. But they shouldn't be a part of your drive. If you've been injured in a car collision, let James H. Brown & Associates and their over 200 years of combined injury law experience help you. Locally owned and proud Edmonton Oilers fans, James H. Brown & Associates is ready to support you with their unrivaled experience, unrivaled results, and unrivaled commitment. When accidents happen, head to jameshbrown.com.
The Edmonton Oilers Community Foundation 50-50, presented by Rogers, is back and bigger than ever. The largest 50-50 in sports offers early bird draws, bonus raffles, and a main jackpot, which is growing by the second. With over $100 million invested across oil country, your support directly helps kids, families, and communities in need. Maybe you'll be our next winner. Get your tickets right now at EdmontonOilers.com and help make oil country a better place.
AGLC license number 696879.
This is Rogers Game Night on the Oilers Radio Network.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Rogers Game Night. We got Rob Brown. We got Cam Moon. Rob, we're going to put you on the spot with something that you didn't expect. craziest thing you've seen flying around an arena over the years? Because we had a bat in here and they caught it with the old fishing net.
Well, it's funny. We had a bat in the old Chicago Horizon Arena when I played out with the Chicago Wolves. And he was flying down at the beginning of a period, and the ice was still wet from the Zamboni. And when he came down, touched the ice, he couldn't get up because his wings got wet. And no one wanted to go near it. Finally, a linesman threw a towel over it, but then the refs wouldn't go near it to pick it up. And one of the guys on our bench, I can't remember his name, Bo, we used to call him, Corey Bolio. He jumped off the bench, skated over, picked the bat up in the towel, skated it down to the end, put it in the garbage can, and went back to the bench, glaring at the refs like, you bunch of babies. But yeah, it was a bat at the old Horizon. No, it wasn't. I halfway through it, I changed my mind.
Yes, I know. Winner?
I was just texting Dean Williams from Red Deer. We had a bat in the building during seat change night where people could come in and move their season tickets, and it was buzzing everybody's tower, flying around in the building, and finally I thought it might get caught in the netting here, and that's exactly what happened there. Is it landed up getting caught in the netting, and then we were able to rehome it. How about that?
There we go.
Yeah.
All right, Rob, the Edmonton Oilers are going to break up Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. Jeff Skinner gets an opportunity with Draisaitl and Podkolzin, Arvidsson and Hyman with Connor, Nugent Hopkins and he's played before between Janmark and Brown, and then Adam Henrique along with Corey Perry and Kasperi Kapanen. One of the guys that I think does a pretty good job in evaluating the Oilers out there, Bruce Kurlock. He writes for Oilers Nation. He's a local businessman and actually based in Calgary, but does a lot of work in Edmonton. He thinks this is the optimal lineup for Edmonton, rolling the four centers down the middle. Your thoughts?
Yes and no. When you roll with four centers, a guy like Adam Henrique's not going to get a lot of ice time. As we get into the playoffs, we know how the Oilers' fourth line, they don't play as much. So I understand the thought there. I think that Chris Knobloch, when he decides what he's going to do with Connor and Leon, it's based on the team they play against. If it is a team that they can take advantage of, having them split up, like Chicago, most teams will have a top four that are pretty sound, and you got good teams like Vegas or Dallas or Winnipeg that'll have a top six on the back end that are pretty sound. But the Hawks aren't that team, and they could probably throw out a strong first pairing defenseman, and then they can probably throw out one line, and that'd be the Dickinson line that they feel comfortable with playing against the other team's best players. But then they don't have a second unit to go out there. So when you split up Connor and Leon, now if you're the Blackhawks coaching staff, okay, who are we going to put our defensive players out against, Connor or Leon? Usually it's Connor. Now you're going to have some big mismatches with Leon Draisaitl. And then you get further down, now you got a Nugent Hopkins on your third line. You're like, oh, this guy's 2 years away from his 100-point season. Now, who are we going to put out there against them? So when you play against teams with depth problems, like the Blackhawks have, then you start spreading your lineup around. And now, back-to-back games, you can roll four lines. And I believe the Oilers' depth will have a huge advantage in this hockey game.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I like the idea of spreading that depth, depending on who you're playing. It comes down to what the lineup is against you, too. And what I also like about it is we're looking at different configurations at times during the season, because once you get down to crunch time, whether it's jockeying for position late in the season or whether it's within a playoff series, there may be times where you need to change things up in a series because it's not going well with whatever you have, and you can go back to things that have been successful over the course of the season. So what it does, it's like playing the long game a little bit, in that when you're making a change within a series, you're doing something you've already done earlier in the year and people are more comfortable with.
Rob, I'm going to take this another step, okay? I believe this is also, let's see what happens here with these four guys at center, and it may position itself for an addition of a top six forward. Everybody thinks, well, maybe Edmonton needs a fourth line right shot center. Maybe the Oilers need I think they probably need one more lefty, but it might be $1 million guy. Maybe the big, and who knows, maybe the center is or maybe the top six forwards of Evander Kane, but we don't know for sure. Maybe tonight gives us a better indication of what the Oilers might need.
Well, and you and I talked a little earlier on your show, and I've been saying now for about 2 months that the Edmonton Oilers' biggest need is a scoring winger to play with Leon Draisaitl. The Podkolzin Arvidsson experiment, it hasn't worked. It just hasn't. Arvidsson's got 6 goals. Podkolzin's got 6. Neither have got a goal in their last 12 games playing with Leon Draisaitl. I think this also shows you, if you go this way, you take care of your centering position. Your fourth line center is now Adam Henrique. That's really good. Your third line guy is Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Really good. Let's go out there and get a winger, and then you add Kane, whether Kane's on your second or third line, but you add those guys in, and all of a sudden your team, you look to get a scoring winger, and you start moving guys down into positions that are more comfortable. You become a very, very deep team up front, and I think that's important for the Oilers.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you can add that kind of depth, outstanding. And I wouldn't be surprised if, well, I'm sure every avenue will be at least looked at.
Tonight's an opportunity, guys, for Jeff Skinner to see what he can do. He's back in the top 6, Rob.
For sure it is. And he has to take advantage of that.
Well, I think that's the biggest thing, Moner. He's got to take advantage of it. He hasn't had a lot of opportunities since the first month of the season. And a lot of it was on him. He wasn't good defensively. He didn't complement Leon well. He's now had 50 games to see what is expected of him in both ends of the rink. And he also has had 50 games to watch Leon Draisaitl up close. Oh, I see. When we get into the other team's end, we want to get the puck to Leon. And it hasn't been in Jeff Skinner's DNA. He's a guy that makes and creates his own chances. That's how he scored in Buffalo. That's not how you play with Leon. So he's going to get an opportunity. And again, I don't know what the exact number. What do we have? 8 games, 9 games before the trade deadline? The Edmonton Oilers coaching staff is showing their management, here are the different configurations that we can go with. Here's where we think we'd like to have our players play. Now go out and find what we need. There's an audition for a Podkolzin, for an Arvidsson, for a Skinner. Nugent-Hopkins auditioning at center. If Philp gets back in, he's auditioning as that fourth line guy. Everyone feels this Oilers team can have a special season. Nobody wants to leave, but more importantly, nobody wants to lose their spot in the lineup. That's why I think these next number of games are important for a lot of guys, not only to be part of this going forward, but to be part of it on the ice, not having the Oilers organization go in and get someone else, and all of a sudden you lose your spot in the 20 guys starting in game 83.
We are going to go to the Ford. Keys to the game, brought to you by Ford, the official partner of your Edmonton Oilers. Built Ford, proud, Rob Brown.
Well, I think one thing, continue to roll your lines and roll momentum. The Chicago Blackhawks do have some good players, but they're not deep. And if the Edmonton Oilers get rolling 4 lines and keep momentum going, and all of a sudden you get some line mismatches with Connor out against the other team's third pairing defense, or Leon's line out there against the fourth line, the Oilers can take advantage of that. And I heard you talking earlier about getting shots on net. You have a guy that's playing pretty well. Put stress on him in the first 10 to 15 minutes of this hockey game. The Blackhawks are not a team that are going to come from 2-3 down. Start rolling on them early in this hockey game, send a message, and make the Blackhawks lose interest.
That's our Inside the Game analyst, Rob Brown. More with Rob and Brendan Griffiths during the end of the roll, first and second intermission. It is the Edmonton Oilers tonight and the Chicago Blackhawks. Again, a little bit later start due to a TNT broadcast, and we are going to carry both anthems for tonight's game. The next voice you'll hear is Cam Moon. He's got the call up next. It's the Edmonton Oilers and the Chicago Blackhawks live from the United Center on Fort Oilers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Rogers is Canada's fastest and most reliable internet. We're made for Oilers fans. You can stream Brown's scoring down in the basement.
And there it is!
Watch Leon light the lamp in the living room.
Spectacular!
Connor scoring in all corners of the house. And Nurse notching a game winner in the nursery. Very quietly, of course. Rogers, proud partner and fan of your Edmonton Oilers.
Edmonton comes all the way back!
Help turn off hesitation, turn off doubt, turn off fears.
The YMCA is a charity that helps people turn off whatever's holding them back so they can let their potential shine. With your support, you can help us turn on confidence, connections, and possibilities. Whether it's supporting families, building life skills, or fostering well-being, the YMCA offers a wide range of programs that empower people to shine their brightest. Visit our website to see how you can help today.
Athletes know that to advance your career, you've got to be part of a winning team. So, what about you? Are you working for a winning team? Well, here's your chance to do just that. Brandt is a strong and stable industry leader with career opportunities across Canada. We have hundreds of positions available right now, from parts, sales, positioning technology, heavy-duty mechanics, and more. Be a part of a winning team. Earn your stripes by joining Brandt today. Find out more at BrandtJobs.com.
RS Breakers and Controls, Canada's leader in new, used, tested, and obsolete circuit breakers, MCC buckets, bus plugs, and switches. They have everything you need to maintain your aging electrical infrastructure, ensuring it operates as good as new. Their 24/7 emergency response gets you back up and running quickly, saving valuable time and money. Minimal generators or modifications needed, and like-for-like replacements mean no special inspections. Don't replace, repair your legacy equipment with RS. Visit rsbreakers.com.
Here at the United Center, the Edmonton Oilers finish off the two games in 2 nights, and they will take on the Chicago Blackhawks. Last night, Edmonton pulls one out of the fire. They win 3-2 in overtime, score late with a goaltender on the bench, and then get the OT winner from Connor Brown. First ever OT goal for Connor Brown, and it was pretty exciting. Edmonton able to come back and get the win over St. Louis. Now will be the third and final time they play Chicago, as the Oilers have 1 win and 1 loss against the Blackhawks so far this season, as Edmonton will finish off before the Four Nations break on Friday. They'll be at home against the Colorado Avalanche. Looking forward to that game, and also looking forward to this one, as last time Edmonton was in here, they were down a couple and had to come back. We're going to head downstairs for the Anthems with Jim Cornelison.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true North strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for oh, sing and you'll see by the golden light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets
This is Oil Country.
McDavid,
Now, with the call of tonight's exclusive NHL broadcast, Bob Stauffer and Cam Moon on the Oilers Radio Network.
Well, if you can't get fired up for that, then your wood's wet, because that was amazing. Good evening. Cam Moon along with Bob Stauffer, Bryn Griffiths, Rob Brown, Brendan Escott, Jack Michaels for the Oilers Radio Network. Oilers taking on the Chicago Blackhawks here at the United Center. We'll go to our starting lineup. And it's brought to you by Coventry Homes. Flexibility within reach. Get back in the game with customizable designs by Coventry Homes, the official builder of the Edmonton Oilers. For the Oilers up front, it'll be Ryan Nugent-Hopkins with Matthias Janmark and Connor Brown on defense. Darnell Nurse and Brett Kulak. Calvin Pickard starts in goal. For the Hawks, Frank Nazar in the middle with Nick Foligno and Tyler Bertuzzi on the back end. Alec Martinez and Seth Jones. Arvid Soderblom will start in goal. The referees, Ghislaine Hebert and TJ Luxmore on the lines. Dan Kelly and Ryan Gibbons says we get ready to go here at the United Center. The Edmonton Oilers and the Chicago Blackhawks. Second last game before the break. The puck dropped. We are underway. Martinez inside his own end for Chicago. Up the left wing. It'll get to the Edmonton blue line where Foligno will shoot it in. It rims on the right. It goes off the stick of Janmark out to center. Now to Nugent-Hopkins. He'll bring it in on the left. He'll shoot it on net. And a stick saved by Soderblom. Puck along the boards inside Chicago territory. Up near the top of the circle. Tied up by Bertuzzi. He'll get it high in the air and out. Foligno didn't know where it was. It bounced in behind him, and Nurse through the middle, off of Nugent-Hopkins. Now on the left wing to the blue line, and it comes free, and it's Connor McDavid into the Chicago zone on the right wing. He got checked. Donato will pick it up, and Donato back into his own end. For Jones, across to Martinez. Now up the right wing, it goes to Bedard. Bedard to Murphy, now to Donato. And now into the Oilers zone on the right wing. A wrist shot. And that one goes off his stick and jammed on goal. And the save made by Pickard off at Donato. It's in behind the Edmonton net.
Ekholm's got an issue with the skate. He had to get off right away.
The right wing, McDavid into the Chicago and through the middle and had given that puck to Hyman. He took a bump and it comes out. Klingberg at the Edmonton blue line. We're a minute 20 gone here in a scoreless first. Oilers take on the Blackhawks. Up the left wing, Nurse to Draisaitl. Draisaitl points in 4 straight. Goes back into his own zone. Up the right wing. Has to swing it back to Nurse. He's in behind the net. Off the boards. Up to the line. Goes off of Teravainen. Podkolzin got it to the blue line. It'll go to Klingberg. Go back into the Edmonton zone and get it out.
This is the line the Oilers have to worry about. They touched him up for 3 goals in the last game.
Martinez in behind his net. Off the right wing boards, able to get it out. Dickinson will skate onto it down the right wing with Mikheyev into the Oilers zone. Forced into the corner. Good shot by Draisaitl. Still with it is Dickinson to the blue line to Brody. Now over to the right wing. Shot towards the net. It goes off the pad of Pickard. And the puck over on the left wing. Mikheyev around to the right. And Skinner will make sure that it got out.
Unforced error by Podkolzin. Going to manage the puck better than that, especially when you're out Draisaitl.
Del Mastro up the left wing for Chicago to Reichel. Now to Maroon to Reichel into the Oiler end. Goes to the left wing corner. It's pinned in the corner by Henrique. Emberson trying to get it free. The puck along the left side. It comes up to the top of the circle. And Kapanen will come out for Edmonton. Played in game 500 in his NHL career last night in St. Louis. Got it in behind the net. And Brody got it free. Gave it to Del Mastro. And behind the goal. And rims it up the right wing. Maroon's got to come back for it. A bouncing puck, and he lost it to Kapanen. Now on the left side, it was Perry. Couldn't get a pass through, and Reichel got it to the blue line and just out. Ekholm through the middle. Into the Chicago zone to Bouchard. Towards the net. That goes off the stick of Ekholm just wide of the goal. Vlasic will get it up the right wing. To Donato. Fans on his pass and gave it away to Zach Hyman. Now on the left wing for Arvidsson. His shot. And the glove save made by Soderblom. They'll hold on. 3 minutes and 14 seconds gone here in a scoreless first.
Well, Evan Bouchard's on a major run right now for the Oilers. He's got 17 points in his last 19 games, plus 14. And he almost spread the needle there to Connor McDavid, who had hopped in and would have been point blank on Arvid Soderblom. He's got a .909 save percentage, and he's +4 in terms of goals saved above expectation.
His last game was January 30th. Soderblom with 24 saves, a 3-2 loss to Carolina. Puck on the right wing, up near the blue line to Bouchard. Got it to the corner, but Vlasic there for Chicago to get it out. Now it's center ice. Slaggert will bring it in through the middle to Bedard. He's all alone, and shot just goes wide. Bedard to the side of the net looking for Slaggert. Couldn't find him. It goes to the point. There's a penalty coming up. The Edmonton Oilers are going on the power play.
Penalty for high sticking.
Slaggert off for the high stick. Landon Slaggert scored 7 seconds into the Blackhawks' last game. That was in Florida, and it set a franchise record. Well, he's going to the box for the high stick.
Oilers power play currently 7th in the league, 24.2%. The special teams have been good for Chicago. They're 10th in the league at 81.6 in the PK.
Power play, it's brought to you by Atco Energy, your trusted energy retailer. Learn more at atcoenergy.com. Edmonton was 1 for 3 on the power play last night in St. Louis. Face off to the right of Soderblom. McDavid into the face-off circle with Dickinson. It'll go to the blue line, and Bouchard got there quickly to keep it in. Left wing to Nugent Hopkins. His pass goes off a skate, it comes out, and Bouchard will retreat into the Edmonton zone. On the left wing to Nugent Hopkins. Across to Draisaitl, he'll bring it in. Off the right wing to the blue line to Bouchard. Left wing to McDavid, back to Bouchard, and his pass broken up. Teravainen will get it out, but it hit somebody at the Chicago bench. The face-off will stay in the Blackhawks zone. 4 minutes, 2 seconds gone here in a scoreless first. Face off to the right of Soderblom. Draisaitl to take the draw. Second in the NHL in points, first in goals. He wins the draw, and it goes to Bouchard. Left wing, Nugent Hopkins into the corner to McDavid, in front to Bouchard. The shot and the save made by Soderblom. The puck rimmed around by Mikheyev and down the ice.
Gave him a little bit different look there. A free shot for Bouchard, who's still looking for his first power play goal this season.
It is hard to believe. Vlasic breaking things up. They'll skip it down right on net. Pickard will sweep it across on the left to McDavid, and he'll wind it up. Fourth in the NHL in points coming into this one. It's McDavid down the right wing. Into the Chicago zone, stops on the right side. Back to the blue line to Draisaitl, to McDavid. McDavid to Draisaitl, and that's broken up. Teravainen's going to bring it out for Chicago.
This is the one guy that can get you for Chicago. Teravainen.
He's got 6 points against the Oilers this season.
Nugent Hopkins almost got away with a hook there.
Goes in behind the Edmonton net. It's Nurse to bring it out. Penalty over in 39 seconds. Nurse waits for everybody else to exchange and get onto the ice. And up the left wing to Henrique. Gets over center ice. He'll shoot it in. Goes around the right side off of Perry to Jeff Skinner. Right wing to Ekholm, to Skinner. He'll go cross ice. It comes in front to Perry. Couple of moves, and Soderblom the save. And the puck played out. Nazar on the right to Mikheyev. In over the Edmonton line. Shot save made by Pickard. Penalty just about done. Calvin Pickard called upon to make a big stop.
Oilers look slow here early. And Chicago's got some speed. Nazar can really fly.
Nazar has it on the left wing. The penalty is over. Edmonton 0 for 1 on the power play. Chicago hasn't played since Saturday. That was that loss in Florida. Puck rimmed on the right, and that went up and caught the mesh. So we get the whistle, and it'll be a face-off in the Edmonton zone.
Broken play, and the puck went right to Perry. Oilers still look sharp early.
Gave up a good chance shorthanded.
Yeah.
That was a nice save by Calvin Pickard. Face off to his right. He had 26 saves in a 4-2 win versus Seattle on January 27th, his last game. Puck gets to the middle. Bedard going towards the net. His shot. Pad save by Pickard. Puck hit the side of the goal, and Pickard will cover it up. That is twice that Connor Bedard has had an opportunity on the Edmonton goal.
It's the wrong guy to get the puck twice. And the Oilers sleepy start here. Second of a back-to-back. They got to get moving their feet. They got to recognize when Bedard's on the ice. This game could easily be 2-0 for Chicago.
Oilers were down to by a couple to Chicago last time they were here in January.
But it was Teravainen that got him that night. I mean, Bedard's had 2 point-blank looks here. Picard's fought them both off. Kulak worked hard to break that up.
Klingberg off the right wing boards and out. Gets into the skates of Vlasic. And now to Donato. He'll bring it in down the left wing. He'll give it to Bedard. His shot didn't get a lot on it. Steered aside by Pickard. Up the left wing is Arvidsson. A little cross ice to Zach Hyman. Off the boards and in. The scoreless were here in the first. Oilers take on Chicago. It's along the boards in Chicago zone, and it's Vlasic into the middle for Slaggert. Cross to Murphy. Up the right wing, that misses Donato, and it's an icing call against the Blackhawks. Chicago with good jump early in this game, and able to kill off eye-sticking penalty against Landon Slaggert. Edmonton will get Nugent Hopkins, Janmark, and Brown out there with Emberson and Kulak.
So Nugent Hopkins was at 55%. He's dropped to 51. Bedard's only at 33, and he just won the draw.
Bedard got it to Murphy. Murphy up the right wing. Out to center ice. Ty Emberson steps over center, wires it off the glass. Moves around. Murphy will poke it in behind his net. Over to Vlasic. Up to Slaggert. He's at center. Slaggert off the left wing boards, goes into the Edmonton zone, around on the right to Brody. Brody on the right wing point, into the corner to Bedard. Bedard into the slot and the shot, and that goes wide as Maroon let it go, and it was off an Oilers stick. Maroon has it on the left wing, into the middle, and that he gave that away to Connor Brown. Brown with the OT winner last night in St. Louis. Right wing to Janmark, cross ice to Kulak, and his shot goes wide. On the right wing, Nugent Hopkins to Kulak, left point. Oh, blast a shot, and a glove save by Soderblom. He's going to hold on to it. We're going to take a break. 7 minutes, 17 seconds gone here. A scoreless first as Edmonton takes on the Blackhawks. From Chicago at the United Center, it's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Hey Edmonton, big moves need big talent, and AMJ is your go-to partner. For all local residential and commercial relocations, AMJ delivers a smooth, stress-free experience. AMJ, your team for every move. Contact your local branch today.
Experience a game day meal that's second to none. Fanfare with Skip is your all-star lineup of local restaurants this hockey season. Watch Jack Michaels give you the play-by-play on each restaurant's connection to the community and our team. Visit EdmontonOilers.com/skip to watch this month's episode with Swiss Donaire. Then open your Skip app and tap in an order with exclusive fan access to a deal each game day during the month.
Did somebody say Skip?
Proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers.
Get ready to live sky high. Sky Signature Suites offers remarkable units for rent featuring sophisticated floor plans, designer finishes, and breathtaking views. Experience resort-like amenities including a full-time concierge, yoga and fitness studios, golf simulator, plus indoor and outdoor lounges for you to live your best life. Visit SkySignatureSuites.com and make your home high above the ordinary.
Hey Edmonton, big moves need big talent, and AMJ is your go-to partner. For all local residential and commercial relocations, AMJ delivers a smooth, stress-free experience. AMJ, your team for every move. Contact your local branch today.
Listen on air, online, and on the Radio Player Canada app. This is the Oilers Radio Network.
Scoreless here in the first. Oilers taking on Chicago. We are 7:17 into the first period. Tonight's Pets of Oil Country 50-50 presented by Rogers. It's in support of the Edmonton Humane Society and Dogs with Wings, helping provide safe, loving homes for domestic animals in northern Alberta and ensuring that assistance dogs can continue to support those in need. Face off in the Chicago zone to the right of Soderblom. Draisaitl, Podkolzin, Jeff Skinner out there for Edmonton with Bouchard and Ekholm, but Chicago brings it up the left wing. It's Jones. Dumping it in off the inboards. Ekholm gets to it first for the Oilers. To Draisaitl. Now to Podkolzin. He is able to clear it out. Sent back in. So Bouchard to the middle to Draisaitl. Turns back in front of the Edmonton net. Now up the left wing. Off an Oilers stick as it goes into Chicago zone in behind the net. Jones rimming it. It goes right to Draisaitl. Over to the right wing. Jeff Skinner, but off his stick, and Dickinson brings it out for the Blackhawks. It's over center ice. He'll dump it in. 8 minutes gone here. Scoreless first. Pass comes out. Teravainen shot off the shoulder of Pickard. The rebound. He stopped that too. Teravainen with a couple of opportunities. Dickinson has it right corner. Up the right wing boards for Chicago. Runs into Podkolzin. Trying to get it loose. Can't. It goes to the corner. Mikheyev has it for Chicago. To the left wing point. To Alec Martinez. A snapshot. Stick save made by Pickard. It's at the side of the net. Draisaitl up the right wing to Jeff Skinner. Into the middle for Podkolzin. Off the glass and out.
Chicago's been the better team here for the first 8 minutes of this game. The Oilers got to get moving their feet.
Chicago out shooting Edmonton 9-5 right now.
And the Oilers have had a power play.
Exactly. Maroon at his own blue line. Pass knocked down by Corey Perry. Now able to shoot it in. It's right on net.
Perry's had two chances. We worry about back-to-backs for Corey Perry at 39. Two chances to make plays here. Hasn't been able to get it up the ice.
Up the left wing, it goes off the stick of Kapanen into the Chicago zone. Now to Reichel into the middle. Gave it to Smith. Smith comes in on the left side to the middle and is pushed right back towards him by Del Mastro, but it doesn't work and it goes to the right point. Murphy has it on the right side. Down the right wing to Reichel, all the way up to the blue line. Put it off the end boards. Nurse battling back there with Maroon. Maroon got knocked down. Rimmed up the right wing by Klingberg. Comes to Nurse. He'll skate through center into the Chicago zone. On the left wing for Perry. Couldn't get it to the middle. It's cleared out.
He's having a rough night so far, Corey Perry.
Bouchard with it inside the Edmonton zone. Now it comes out through center up the right wing. Drops it off to Hyman. He's top of the circle. On the right wing to Bouchard. To McDavid. McDavid in front of the net off the stick of Murphy before he could get to Arvidsson. It goes to the left wing corner. McDavid's got it there for the Oilers. To the top of the circle. It goes to the line and put towards the net by Ekholm. Steered aside by Soderblom. Puck in behind the goal. McDavid to the right wing point for Bouchard. To the right corner. McDavid to the middle of the ice. Bouchard to Arvidsson and he dishes it to the right corner. Slaggert spinning around for Chicago. Lost it to McDavid. Out to Hyman. His one-timer just wide of the net. 9:35 to go. Here's scoreless first. Oilers take on the Blackhawks. Look at the side of the Chicago net. Now in behind it. Vlasic. Going to get to the right wing. Around to Donato. Doesn't get out. Hyman kept it in. Left wing side. Top of the circle to Bouchard. Over to McDavid on the right. Through the middle. Slaggert had to go off his stick. And Donato will get the puck out for Chicago.
No shots. All that zone time. No shots. Got to put some pucks on the net here.
Ekholm inside the Edmonton zone to Bouchard. Bouchard waits in behind the Oiler net. Now will come out up the left wing. Long bank pass off the stick of Nugent Hopkins. Soderblom will have to play it. Got it off the glass and it came out. Foligno one touches it to Bertuzzi into the Oiler end down the left wing. Off the end boards for Nazar and the puck comes loose and it will clear out by Matthias Janmark and the puck on the left wing. Brown will shoot it in behind the Chicago net. Martinez will get it out. That does not touch Bertuzzi. It's icing against Chicago. Oilers haven't been able to generate much. They've had zone time. They just haven't been able to get chances out of it.
A lot of cross-seam passes that were getting broken up.
Face off to the right of Soderblom. Draisaitl will take the draw against Foligno. Bertuzzi picks it up, brings it out through the middle. At center ice, lifts the puck to the left wing corner. Nazar up against the left wing boards. To the line to Martinez, shoots it wide of the Edmonton net. Brody came in from the right wing point. To the right wing boards to Foligno. Foligno gets tied up, and getting it out was Draisaitl. Puck at center. Brody. He hit Jeff Skinner with it, and he brought it in on the offside, so we get the whistle. With 8:05 to go in the first, we'll take a break. Oilers and Blackhawks scoreless from the United Center here in Chicago. It's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Pizza 73, the official pizza of your Edmonton
In Edmonton we trust, rising to the top like a pizza crust. Got the flavors to play, yeah, cooking on ice. Hunger happens, gotta score a slice. Let's go Oilers, E-Town unite. Ice District to Jasper, downtown to White. Wearing orange and blue, game on the stream. Make the right call, Pizza 73. Let's go Oilers! 737373, Pizza 73.
Heard of Uline? You know, the have-it-all in-stock, ready-to-deliver shipping and industrial supply specialists. The company that does things for you that are unheard of, like keeping 41,000 items in stock in our own warehouses. With customer service reps on the line to get you what you need, when you need it, 24/7, 365, every time. Maybe you heard it here first. Want to hear more? Visit uline.ca. ULINE, your shipping and industrial supply specialists.
Did you know the RCMP polices over 99% of Alberta's landscape? From the oil sands to the Rockies to the prairies, the RCMP has a province covered. Providing policing services to more than 1,700 communities and with over 150 career specializations, the Alberta RCMP has something to fit everyone's goals and lifestyles. Visit rcmpcareers.ca and take the next step towards your career with the Alberta RCMP. A message from the Government of Canada.
All games, all season. You're listening to the Oilers Radio Network.
Cam Moon and Bob Stauffer here at the United Center in Chicago. Scoreless between the Oilers and the Blackhawks with 8:05 to go in the first period.
12-5 with the shots on goal here for Chicago. And
they've been the better team.
Not even close. I mean, even on the Oilers power play, Chicago had a couple looks there.
Trying to face off in the neutral zone. We'll have to do it again. Calvin Pickard has been sharp. Connor Bedard in particular, two glorious opportunities. Puck goes into the Chicago zone. Murphy over to Vlasic on the left wing. His pass across broken up by Podkolzin. It comes in front to Skinner. Oh, what a save by Soderblom. And the puck to the right wing corner. Podkolzin up the right side to the point. To Kulak, to Podkolzin. Cross ice through the middle, but it's right to Mikheyev, and he'll come out. Down the left wing for Dickinson. Long shot blocker saved by Pickard.
Podkolzin's got to manage the puck a little bit better, my man.
Puck cleared out, and it bounces around, comes into the Chicago zone. Podkolzin to the right corner with it, where Murphy will then lose it to Draisaitl. Takes a hit from Dickinson. Kane still looking for its first goal. Murphy goes in behind his net up the right wing to Teravainen. He'll get to center ice, backhand it into the Edmonton zone.
Skinner's got to put that away. I mean, that's the thing about Skinner. He does not have double-digit goals. He's had enough chances to have double-digit goals. Got to finish those some eventually.
Klingberg on the right to Kapanen. He's over the line. His shot off the arm of Soderblom, and it goes out of play. A hard shot by Kapanen down the right wing. But yeah, what a chance for Jeff Skinner right at the side of the Chicago net.
Like if you're Jeff Skinner and you're trying to stay in the lineup here and create a chance in the top six, you got to finish it off. And then Klingberg made a great play to free up Kapanen down the side. That was a sharp transition for the Oilers.
Face off to the left of Soderblom. 6:59 to go in a scoreless first. Goes to Brody off the left wing boards, got it out. Patrick Maroon, cross ice pass, goes to Reichel in the right corner of the Oiler end. Top of the circle, plays it low. Ekholm rimming it. Brody kept it in. Getting it out, Henrique up the right wing to Kapanen. He'll shoot it right on goal. Soderblom with a big rebound. It's hacked up the left side to Maroon, and he'll get it to center ice. Klingberg to Perry.
What a knockdown by Perry.
Perry had to knock that. It was about waist high. Now to Klingberg. He'll bring it in. Klingberg drops it back. Ekholm, he'll come in and shot. And the save made by Soderblom, and he'll cover it up. Matthias Ekholm able to walk into the high slot and get that shot away.
Chicago Blackhawks had Luke Richardson start there. He went 8-16-2. Anders Sorensen is 8-15-3. I mean, that's basically it's close to the same record as you'll find.
Face off in the Chicago zone to the left of Soderblom. And Chicago's 4-12-3 in the last 19. Puck back to the right wing point. Bouchard shot partially blocked. And Bedard will skate up the right wing. Come into the Oiler end. Go to the right corner. Stop. Push it back to the point to Murphy. His shot, and that is blocked. It went off of Arvidsson. Bouchard to McDavid, and he'll bring it out. He'll come down the right wing. Into the Chicago zone to Arvidsson in front of the net. Save made by Soderblom after it went off of Murphy. Puck to the blue line, skips off the stick of Nurse, and it comes out of the zone. Bouchard can shoot it back in. Murphy back for it. Behind the net to Vlasic. In came Hyman. Puck will go to Donato. He'll come up the right wing for Chicago.
Donato's going to get traded. He could be a useful player. 15 goals. He's always been able to contribute offense.
Martinez to keep it into the Oiler end. To Foligno as he goes to the right wing corner for Chicago. Around to the left wing point to Martinez. Will cross corner, dump it in. Jones has it up the right wing. Jones into the corner to Foligno. Trying to spin off the check. Gives it to Jones. In front of the goal. Goes off of Pickard. And up the right wing. Hyman comes out for the Oilers. Gets to center ice. Dump the puck in. Soderblom to set it to Jones. Around to the line where Nugent Hopkins got there in time to keep it in. Under 5 to go here in a scoreless first period. The Oilers taking on the Blackhawks. Top of the circle. Foligno to get it out through the middle. Emberson shoot it back in. Jones into the corner. Around to Foligno. Foligno to Nazar. Nazar into the Oiler end. He'll drive towards the net. A backhand that goes wide. Bertuzzi has it right wing corner. To the right wing point. Gave it to Brody. Cross to Teravainen. To Del Mastro. Off the corner boards. It goes to the side of the Edmonton net. Nazar over to the right wing. He'll step out of the right corner. Centering pass. It gets into the skates of Kulak. Just poked wide by Teravainen. Nazar in the right corner of the Oilers zone. In behind the goal to the left. Scoreless here in the first. 4:10 to go in the opening period. And Connor Brown able to clear it out for Edmonton.
Oilers have had some challenges with Chicago's speed here in the first period.
Del Mastro in his own zone. Cross to Brody. Up the right wing now to Teravainen. Off the right wing boards to the right wing corner in the Oiler end. Dickinson able to dig it free to the point, but off the stick of Martinez, and it comes out. Center ice, Teravainen.
No.
Wow. Out of Mikheyev.
Need to make sure it plays if you're Jeff Skinner, not behind the back passes.
Puck dumped into the Oilers zone. Nurse to the end boards. Up the left wing to Draisaitl. To Podkolzin to the middle to Nurse. He'll bounce it in on net, saved by Soderblom, but the rebound squeezes out. And Mikheyev will take it in behind his goal. Up the left wing. Center ice hit Maroon. Comes back in, and they'll call that offside against the Oilers. We'll take a break with 3:10 to go here in a scoreless first. Oilers taking on Chicago from the United Center. It's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Hey folks, Paul Brandt here. I love being an Albertan, and I love Ford trucks. And I know that like hard-working Albertans across this great province, there's a Ford truck for everyone. Like Super Duty. It's what I like to call a workhorse. A truck built for heavy-duty performance and getting the job done. Now that's a truck to live and work by. So whatever you're working on, you'll know that the 2024 Ford Super Duty's got the goods. Get yours today at your Alberta Ford dealer. Just tell them PB sent you.
Tired of skyrocketing energy bills? Switch to clean, affordable power with Horizon Solar. Whether you want to cut costs, go green, or increase your home's value, Horizon Solar has you covered with tailored solar energy solutions. With current government incentives, there's never been a better time to make the switch. Own your power, control your bills, live sustainably. For your free assessment, call Horizon Solar today or visit horizonsolar.com to get started. Horizon Solar, where going green makes sense.
The Edmonton Oilers Community Foundation 50-50, presented by Rogers, is back and bigger than ever. The largest 50-50 in sports offers early bird draws, bonus raffles, and a main jackpot, which is growing by the second. With over $100 million invested across oil country, your support directly helps kids, families, and communities in need. Maybe you'll be our next winner. Get your tickets right now at EdmontonOilers.com and help make oil country a better place.
AGLC license number 696879.
Listen on air, online, and on the Radio Player Canada app. This is the Oilers Radio Network.
Here in Chicago, Cam Moon along with Bob Stauffer. We're in the Legacy Heating and Cooling broadcast booth. Legacy Heating and Cooling, home and no payments, no interest for 1 year. Scoreless, the Oilers and the Blackhawks with 3:10 to go in the first period. Face-off just outside the Chicago blue line. David, Hyman, and Arvidsson out there with Ekholm and Bouchard. Puck goes into the Chicago zone. Murphy, long bank pass to Donato, and went off of him, and it was touched by Arvidsson. Arvidsson saying, well, Donato put it back into his own end, shouldn't be offside. But the whistle went anyway. So I'll do that again, just outside the Chicago blue line. Chopped into Chicago territory, Murphy. Up the left wing. Slaggert couldn't get to it before Bouchard, so it's kept in. Murphy will try to clear it. Put it off of Arvidsson. Now gets it out to Donato. Cross ice, hit the stick of Bedard. Vlasic will follow the play, bring it in, get into the left wing corner, get it in behind the net. Ekholm will help it around to Victor Arvidsson, to the middle to McDavid. Comes into the Chicago zone, stops into the right wing corner, went off his stick to Vlasic. Now Donato got hit by Hyman. Puck goes to the point. Now back to Hyman, left wing corner, behind the net for McDavid. He'll wait back there. Bank it to the blue line to Bouchard. Give it back to McDavid in the right wing corner. On the right boards to Ekholm. To McDavid. He got squeezed there, and Slaggert will get it out for Donato. Makes a move at the Edmonton blue line. Bouchard on him. Donato still with it. A backhand goes off of Ekholm and wide of the net. Bedard. Get it into the slot for Brody. TJ Brody takes it over to the right wing. Goes to the right wing corner. In behind the Edmonton goal. Over to the left side. To the left wing point. Del Mastro. Let it across the line to Teravainen. Now on the right wing to Bedard. A shot. And his stick save made by Pickard. In behind the net. Bouchard. What a play by Bouchard.
Banks it perfectly to Arvidsson and got it out to center. Left wing, brought in by Del Mastro, peeled off his stick nicely by Emberson. Emberson on the right wing for Podkolzin. Oh, get it to Emberson.
You know what? He looks like he can't play right wing. That's the issue.
Skinner on the right side. Going to dump the puck in. Soderblom's going to have to play it. Rims it on the left. It's on top of the circle. Del Mastro able to get it out. It's by Emberson. It'll go down. It'll be icing against Chicago. 1:08 to go here in the scoreless first.
He's played almost exclusively left side all year long, as you know. And he's over in right wing tonight, and he's fighting. He's a left shot. A lot of Russian players, historically speaking, like to play their off wing. And he's had 2 or 3 puck touches that unfortunately, and Vasily's going through a difficult stretch, but he's played pretty well in the balance of the season. And they're going to make a quick change here. Lyons going to be out with Kapanen and Corey Perry.
Puck goes off of Perry. Now comes to the left wing point. Nurse over to Klingberg. Down the right wing to Kapanen. Directed it on net. Soderblom to save. We're into the last minute here in the scoreless first. Teravainen will get it out.
Oilers have worked their way into this game a little bit here, Cap.
Klingberg trying to come up the middle. He got clipped there by Draisaitl. Comes back to get it. On the left wing. Give it to Perry. Edmonton goes offside. 42 seconds to go in the first. You're right. The Oilers have worked themselves into the game.
And they were outshot 13-5 at one point. They're on a 7-shot run here.
Oilers were here January 11th. Had to come back to win. They won 4-3. They were down 2-0 and 3-1 in that game. Off the draw outside the blue line. Puck shot in by Emberson. Bob's taking pictures with fans here in the crowd. Goes in behind the Chicago net. Goes to the right wing. Nugent Hopkins to the blue line to Emberson. To Nugent Hopkins. To the right wing corner. Now in behind the goal. Gave it to Brown to Nugent Hopkins. Couldn't get a shot. Puck gets to the middle. Vlasic over to Bertuzzi. Bertuzzi will flip it high in the air through the middle and out. 14 seconds to go in the period. Emberson take it in behind his net for the Oilers. Rim it up the right, went off of Brown, kept in. Nazar to the slot. A shot and a glove save made by Pickard. Holds on with 2 seconds to go in the period.
Emerson's got to get the puck out there. He didn't. Did a good job sealing the wall. Emerson's been hit more than any other player this year. Nick Foligno filled him in and turned it over. Foligno's a good player. Both of them are.
Yeah.
Hard, tough, honest players.
Face off to the left of Calvin Pickard.
Oilers need a saw off in this draw to kill the clock here in the first period.
Or just a clean win by Henrique. And the first period will come to an end. Had a bit of a slow start for the Oilers. Had to work themselves in, and eventually they did. Neither team score a goal. Both goaltenders come up with some saves. Calvin Pickard early. Arvid Soderblom a little bit later in the period. But Pickard had to deal with 2 real clean looks for Connor Bedard. One of them was shorthanded. Teuvo Teravainen has been a threat against Edmonton all season, and he was lurking around the net a little bit himself. So Oilers get out of it, at least even, as we sit through 20 minutes here at the United Center in Chicago. Oilers with 2 games in 2 nights, then back at home Friday.
I think Chicago will be pretty happy with that period.
I would think so. I would think they would be. Absolutely. Well, not bad at all on their side. As the Edmonton Oilers and Chicago here through 20 minutes. Final shots in that period were 15-12 in favor of Chicago. As we got Connor Brown downstairs, Cam Moon and Bob Stauffer upstairs. Connor, your thoughts on the way things played out in that first period?
A little sloppy by us. I think we got a whole nother level, so regroup in there and find it here.
Tell me the truth. Were you selling your wares to get out there in the overtime last night? Right place, right time. It was just like the Erie days, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you just got to go to open when you're out there with those guys. You know, something special is going to happen. Yeah, I had 1 foot over the boards.
Love it. It was a great goal. It was a wonderful moment. That first period, Calvin Pickard had to be sharp, especially in the first half of that first period. What do you think of his play?
Yeah, he was great for us. I mean, he steadied the storm here. It's important for us to respond for him.
All right, Connor, thank you.
Yeah, no problem, guys.
All right, there's Connor Brown downstairs. Oilers and the Blackhawks scoreless after 20. And, yeah, Bob, you get through 20, you're still scoreless after giving up some good chances.
He said it. Yep. He said it himself. He said, we got to get to another level here, and we got another level, and we will. Not a great start for the Oilers. Had the power play was a little bit listless, a little bit stayed. You watch the better power plays and really snapping it around, and the Oilers at times appear a little bit deliberate. Now, that said, Bouchard had a pretty good look on the power play, because, it's crazy, as good a year as he's had. And again, he's up to plus 21 on the season. He's got 9 goals, but he hasn't scored on the power play all season long. At some point, he's got to blast one through a goalie. I expect Edmonton, they've been, what's the goal differential in second? I think they're plus 30 all year long in the second period. So I expect the Oilers to elevate the level of performance in period number 2. Again, the team, and I'm not making excuses, they are fighting a little bit of some illnesses with some of their players, but I think we can both agree they got another level they can get to.
They've outscored the opposition 72-40 in the second period.
Plus 32.
Plus 32. Pretty good.
We'll see what sort of juice they bring in the second period.
Sounds good. Scoreless here after 20. The Oilers and the Chicago Blackhawks. Bryn Griffiths, Rob Brown. They're setting things up for this first intermission. They'll have it for you when we come back from the United Center in Chicago. It's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Celebrating 70 years in the signage industry, William Huff Advertising is the most recognized name in the game. An in-house, one-stop shop for all of your design, print, and installation needs. William Huff provides quality graphic solutions for everyone. Here in our City of Champions and throughout the nation, they are the preferred signage partner entrusted by many of the biggest corporations, pro sports teams, and organizations to bring their identity to life. Recognize the name, get in the game. WilliamHuff.com.
It's our YEG with 880 Chad.
Get ready to groove through the 60s with our very own Eileen Bell as 880 Ched and Jubilation's Dinner Theater host Listener Appreciation Night with 1969, Dylan, Joplin, and all those Rolling Stones on February 19th. Enter to win at 880ched.com. Then float on through a rockin' set as Modest Mouse hits the stage at the Jubilee Auditorium on July 3rd. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.
For details on these and more events, visit 880ched.com. At the intermission, brought to you by End of the Row Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
On the left wing. His pass across, broken up by Podkolzin. It comes in front to Skinner. Oh, what a save by Soderblom. And the puck to the right wing corner. Podkolzin up the right side.
And that's your Highlight Zone, brought to you by Century Casinos. All in, all games, all season. Century Casinos with 3 great locations right next to the Edmonton International Airport, in St. Albert, and in Edmonton. Welcome to the Winner's Zone. And also welcome to the first intermission. It's Bryn Griffiths along with Rob Brown in Studio B. That was probably the best chance for the Oilers. Jeff Skinner being robbed by Soderblom numerous times. But, man, you know, for a guy who's 6'3", he certainly plays big.
He does, and he made 2 saves, and the defenseman, Murphy, I believe it was, made the 3rd save, as Skinner's not going to get a better opportunity than he had there from a nice little pass from Leon Draisaitl, but 3 big saves on that one. A fairly wide open first period.
Oh, yeah.
I know that Connor Brown talked at the end of the period that they were loose defensively, and they were. Calvin Pickard was excellent and had to be. Connor Bedard, we've seen him play a few times, and there's been some quiet nights he's had against the Oilers. That wasn't a quiet first period. He had 2 or 3 grade A scoring chances. He had a wide open breakaway when the Oilers got caught watching the puck. Pickard had to be strong on a couple of shots from Bedard, but it was the Oilers had chances, but they gave up too many against. I think that the Oilers, they're usually a better second period team. They're going to have to be, because the first period wasn't the kind of period that you would expect them to play. When you're tired, playing back-to-back, maybe some guys under the weather, you play a little more conservative. There was nothing conservative about the first 20 minutes from the Edmonton Oilers.
Well, they had a man advantage. They had the power play. They went 0 for 1, but boy, they sure gave up some chances on that power play. It wasn't all down at the Chicago end.
No, it wasn't great. There were some opportunities for the Blackhawks. They read the plays. They were very aggressive, as that's how you have to play against the Oilers' power play, and created chances. The Blackhawks have some speed up front. They've got a couple younger players in the lineup that I don't know a whole lot about, but have a little bit of energy up front. Where you can get the Blackhawks into trouble, and the Oilers did just a couple times in that period, is hounding them in the offensive zone, forcing turnovers. The Blackhawks a little slow to make decisions, and when you're slow to make a decision, you got a team that's very, aggressive on their forecheck. You get longer times in the offensive zone, and the Oilers had 2 or 3 shifts where they extended the play in Chicago's end, created scoring chances. They didn't do it enough, and that's something I think in the second and third periods they're going to have to be better at.
You know, everybody talks about Bedard and Teravainen, Bertuzzi. A guy I liked in that period, actually, for Chicago was Ryan Donato. I thought he was pretty... he was sticking his nose in there, and he got belted on one play, came down, and had a pretty good opportunity the other way. They've got some young guys there. Donato, in fact, is 30 points so far in the season, Rob.
Yeah, well, I don't think Donato's a younger player. I think he's been around well. Nice hockey.
Been around. Yep.
He's a nice hockey player. He's been on a few teams, I believe. He's having a breakout season again for the Blackhawks. He looks good. Actually, the player to keep an eye on for the rest of the game, and it's actually a bit of a one-on-one, is Dickinson and Draisaitl. Dickinson has taken 3 healthy runs at Leon Draisaitl. Draisaitl has not been happy. Twice has slashed him afterwards, and then went by the bench and had words for Dickinson. Dickinson is a very good defensive centerman. He's big, he's fast, he's smart with his positioning, and obviously not afraid to throw the body on the other team's best players. So that's something to keep an eye on as this game moves on. Dickinson versus Draisaitl, because that was a matchup that we saw a lot in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, and Dickinson has played all of the games so far this year for Chicago with 7 goals, 9 assists, 16 points. So he's not setting the world on fire by playing offensively, and you're right, he did a really nice job there on Connor McDavid in the first period. From the Oilers' perspective here, obviously they've got many gears that they can get going a little bit here, but I thought they started to find their way a little bit more in that last 5 minutes.
They were better. They were still a little lax defensively. They got moving their feet. They got pucks in deep. The Chicago Blackhawks, there's players on the back end that you can start to pick on. Guys that are a little bit younger, don't have as much experience, try to force the turnovers down below the tops of the circles. And I think that's what the Oilers are going to try to do here in the final 40 minutes. But the Oilers, if they play sound defensive hockey, outside of Bedard, the Blackhawks really don't have a lot of players that will beat you. They will have players that if you make a mistake, they will take advantage of it, but they don't have guys that are going to beat you one-on-one or going to create offensive plays. So the Oilers have to be much smarter puck management, much smarter with decisions in the neutral zone. They gave up a couple 2-on-1s. They gave up the breakaway to Bedard. Those are plays that when the Oilers are playing well don't happen. Right. So the one thing you don't want to make for a Chicago team that struggles to get shots, struggles to score goals, don't make it easy on them by giving them easy opportunities. And I think in the first 20 minutes, some of that creeped into the Oilers game. Pickard was outstanding in the first 20 minutes, as was the Blackhawk goaltender. The Oilers can be better. They know they will be better. And I think Connor Brown, he was very adamant at the end of the first period that wasn't good enough. And he expects his entire team to pick it up here in the final 40 minutes.
Well, they're going into their strongest period of all three, and they're going against Chicago's. It's their worst period of the three so far this season. Rob, we'll talk to you coming up in the second intermission, okay?
Sounds good.
Okay, it's scoreless after 20 minutes of play from Chicago. We're going to take a break. At the intermission is brought to you by End of the Roll Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring. This is your Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs to pride celebrations. From your favorite fuzz shop to your local Indian spot. From noodle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian Ultra XL. Molson. Everyone in. Must be legal drinking age.
I'm Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. And I'm Zach Hyman. And when we're not making juicy, sweet passes or having my goals disallowed, we're working for Legacy Heating and Cooling. You know, guys used to call me a plumber. And now they call you an HVAC technician. Nice.
Hey, guys, you're not here to install furnaces. You're here to sing the jingle.
Oh.
Well.
Okay. Call Legacy. Call Legacy.
No payments and no interest for 1 year from qualified installers. Legacy Heating and Cooling.
Freedom Ford is kicking off the new year with incredible savings. Save up to $16,000 on remaining 2024 models with 0% financing and huge discounts. It's the perfect time to upgrade to a brand new vehicle. Freedom Ford is making room for 2025 models, so these deals won't last long. Visit Freedom Ford today and start the new year in style. Don't miss out. Drive into 2025 with unbeatable savings before it's too late.
With Global News, I'm Thomas Dias. Donald Trump's plan for the United States to, quote, take over the Gaza Strip, unquote, and resettle hundreds of thousands of people has drawn international condemnation, including right here in Edmonton. Aberdi El-Sawadi is the president of the Palestinian Student Alliance at McEwen University. She says Trump's comments are ridiculous and not doable.
He stated that he has looked at pictures of Gaza from every angle and that it's nothing but complete destruction. To that, I would respond, look closer, because clearly he hasn't seen the pictures of the thousands of Palestinians returning to northern Gaza by foot. He hasn't seen the pictures of Palestinians standing on top of the rubble of their homes, raising the victory sign and screaming with confidence that they will rebuild Gaza, and they have already begun to do so.
She says Palestine is not for sale and the people are determined to stay where they are. Global News has reached out to the Jewish Federation of Edmonton, but they were not available for an interview. News on demand at 880ched.com.
Get ready to live sky high. Sky Signature Suites offers remarkable units for rent featuring sophisticated floor plans, designer finishes, and breathtaking views. Experience resort-like amenities including a full-time concierge, yoga and fitness studios, golf simulator, plus indoor and outdoor lounges for you to live your best life. Visit skysignaturesuites.com and make your home high above the ordinary.
Hey, hockey fans! Hard rubber works well on the ice rink, but not so good on frozen roads. Atturo tires are engineered with that in mind. Scientifically designed tread patterns, along with resilient rubber compounds, allow Atturo tires to grip well in the cold of winter, while providing excellent traction and long tread life through year-round conditions. Atturo has the all-weather tire for you. Available at Action Car and Tire, Point S, and tire shops everywhere. Find a dealer near you at atturo.com.
You may think it's crazy to put so much of our in-stock flooring on sale during the Big One clearance event, but it's not. Here's why. Even end-of-the-roll flooring centers only have so much room, so we need to clear out what's already here to make room. It's not just a sale, it's our biggest sale. It's why we call it the Big One. We're not crazy. Our prices just make it look that way. The Big One clearance event on now for a limited time at end-of-the-roll flooring centers. Let's get flooring.
12870 St. Albert Trail and now open at 580 Parsons Road Southwest.
At the intermission, brought to you by End of the Roll Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
Brent Griffiths back in Studio B after 20 minutes of play. It's scoreless between the Blackhawks and the Oilers in the Windy City, so 0-0 after 1. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Pizza 73, the official pizza of the Edmonton Oilers. Only 2 other games around the league tonight. We can tell you there's one that's over and done with at Madison Square Garden in New York City tonight. The New York Rangers, trailing 2-1, battle back to beat the Boston Bruins 3-2. Chris Kreider with the game-winning goal. It was a shorty in the third period. That was the deciding factor. Igor Shesterkin with 17 saves to help post the win for the boys from Broadway. The other matchup is in Los Angeles tonight, and it's the Kings against the Montreal Canadiens. They're just getting rolling. They're about 2 minutes into the first period, and there's no score between the Kings and the Canadiens. It's 0-0, as I said, just 2 minutes into the first period. If you're kind of wondering what's going on with the Edmonton Oil Kings in the Western Hockey League, they'll be playing in Calgary coming up on Friday night at the Saddle Dome. And the Oilers farm team in the American Hockey League in Bakersfield, they will be playing the Chicago Wolves twice in Bakersfield on Friday and Saturday night. The out-of-town scoreboard is brought to you by Pizza 73, the official pizza of the Edmonton Oilers. Hang in there. The second period is coming up next. At the intermission is brought to you by End of the Roll Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring. This is your Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
At the intermission has been brought to you by End of the Roll Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
Hey, Paul Brandt here. You know what I'm a fan of? Alberta. The wide open spaces, the highways and byways, and a rugged, beautiful terrain that I'm proud to call home. Maybe that's why I'm also a fan of my Ford F-150. It's tough, capable, and smart, which makes it a natural fit for roads like these. So if it's a new truck you're looking for, look no further than the truck Albertans love to drive, F-150. Head into your Alberta Ford dealer and tell them PB sent you.
Tired of skyrocketing energy bills? Switch to clean, affordable power with Horizon Solar. Whether you want to cut costs, go green, or increase your home's value, Horizon Solar has you covered with tailored solar energy solutions. With current government incentives, there's never been a better time to make the switch. Own your power, control your bills, live sustainably. For your free assessment, call Horizon Solar today or visit horizonsolar.com to get started. Horizon Solar, where going green makes sense.
When the Oilers are on the ice, the big hits are a part of the game. But they shouldn't be a part of your drive. If you've been injured in a car collision, let James H. Brown & Associates and their over 200 years of combined injury law experience help you. Locally owned and proud Edmonton Oiler fans, James H. Brown & Associates is ready to support you with their unrivaled experience, unrivaled results, and unrivaled commitment. When accidents happen, head to jameshbrown.com.
all games, all season. You're listening to the Oilers Radio Network.
Here in Chicago, Oilers and Blackhawks getting set for the second period of play. I can tell you the Oilers 50-50 presented by Rogers. It's back with life-changing jackpots. Tonight's Pets of Oil Country 50-50 jackpot, $206,000 right now and climbing. The February bonus jackpot at $776,000. Our next lucky winner could be you. Get your tickets now at EdmontonOilers.com/50-50. This game still scoreless. Oilers and the Blackhawks. Puck drop. We're underway here in the second as Nurse will wire it into Chicago territory. Sent back to the right wing point. Kulak waiting, shooting. Glove save by Soderblom. He holds on. We're 11 seconds into the second period.
Best Oiler in the first period by far was Calvin Pickard. He was solid. Connor Bedard got 2 point-blank looks. Last year, those were going in for him.
Yeah, Pickard sharp in that first period. Soderblom as well later on in the period. Up the right wing, Mikheyev will get it out. Oh, that hits a stick, goes up into the air and into the Chicago bench. Oilers making a good change on the back end, and they will keep Draisaitl, Skinner, and Podkolzin out on the ice right now with Nurse and Klingberg. Podkolzin's got to come in and take the draw against Dickinson. It goes into the Chicago zone, and it's Jones with Jones up the right wing. That's picked off by Skinner. He'll give it to Draisaitl. Down the left wing over the line to Skinner. In front of the net. A backhand off the pad of Soderblom. Didn't get a lot on it, and Dickinson will bring it out for Chicago. Up the right wing. He'll shoot it in. Pickard to stop it. Klingberg up the right wing. Off the stick of Podkolzin. Comes to the line. Shot back in. It's offside against Chicago, but it comes out. Directed into the Chicago zone by Draisaitl. Jones taken into the corner by Jeff Skinner. Gets into the skates of Jones, and he'll get it to the line. It's kept in by Ekholm. Over to Bouchard on the right. Right wing for Draisaitl. To Evan Bouchard now on the left point. Got it to the slot. Skinner's shot, and that was partially blocked and went wide.
Skinner's got to get off the ice.
Lost his helmet. He's got to go off the ice.
Hyman got high-sticked, and he's not happy.
Dickinson will bring it in to Donato in front of the net. Tipped just wide of the goal. Bouchard up the right wing to McDavid. He'll skate into Chicago territory. He's going to drive to the net. It goes off his stick right at the side of the goal. Donato will get it out to Bedard into the Oiler end. Down the right wing. Pass in front of the net, and he just missed. Slaggert back to the left point. Hopped over the stick of Vlasic. Came out, and it goes right to McDavid. He'll bring it in on the right wing. Slows up across to Hyman, just off a stick. And now to the point for Ekholm. Around the boards to Hyman on the left wing. Into the slot to McDavid to Hyman. Across to Bouchard. To Ekholm. Left wing corner. Little bank pass. Went over the stick of McDavid, and it comes out. Bedard has it at center ice. Into the Oiler end. He'll shoot it off the stick of Ekholm, and that will go out of play. 2 minutes, 9 seconds gone here in the second. Oilers in Chicago are scoreless.
Yeah, the Oilers lacking a little energy right now, and that time, that's the guy you don't want to back in, and his sight finder to this point in this game is a little off. He's had 3 pretty good looks. We're talking about Connor Bedard.
He's good at using the D as a screen. He's sifting a shot through, making it difficult for the netminder. Face off to the left of Calvin Pickard. Puck goes to the right wing point. Brody around to the left side. Nazar back to the blue line. Shot from the point by Del Mastro. Redirected wide of the Edmonton net. Whoa. Janmark got it into the slot. Bertuzzi to Nazar. Shot and a pad save made by Pickard. Puck gets to the left wing corner. Just past Bertuzzi. And Kulak can get it out.
Play can't happen. You're Matthias Janmark. You're a defensive forward. Can't be puking pucks up.
Del Mastro into the Oilers zone. Left wing corner to Bertuzzi. To the right wing point. Foligno comes down the right wing boards. Drops it in the corner to Bertuzzi. It's hawked away from him by Nugent Hopkins. He'll get it out to center ice to Connor Brown. He'll softly dump the puck in. Del Mastro to the end boards with Nugent Hopkins right on him. Puck comes out to Bertuzzi, now to Foligno. It's 1-on-2, so he'll flip the puck in. Turning back for it, Klingberg. Little reverse play to Nurse up the left wing that goes off a Chicago stick. Won't be icing as it goes all the way down. We're scoreless. We're here in the second period. We played 3 minutes and 20 seconds of this second period. Nurse inside the Edmonton blue line. Klingberg up the right wing, directed in by Perry. Soderblom out of his net. He scoops it around on the right wing for Reichel. Through the middle. And now goes to Maroon on the right side. Maroon waiting inside Edmonton territory. In front of the net, just missing. It was Reichel for the redirection. Puck to the blue line. Down the right wing to Maroon. Maroon to the slot. One-time shot. That was blocked by Perry as Smith let that go. Puck to the left point. Murphy's got it. Murphy gave it away to Henrique. He can clear it. Center ice is Reichel.
This line needs to get off.
Loop back into his own end to Murphy. Out of the middle of Vlasic. Center ice shoots it in. Pickard to stop it. Now to Nurse in the left corner. Couldn't get it out. Hit Reichel, second chance. It gets to the line. Kept in by Dickinson. He'll go to the net. A shot and a save made by Pickard. He holds on as Jason Dickinson came down the right wing and put it on goal. We played 4 minutes, 24 seconds of the second. Oilers and Blackhawks still scoreless.
Darnell Nurse would like that sequence back.
Draisaitl to take the draw for Edmonton against Dickinson. Puck goes to the left wing corner. Ekholm up the boards. Got it out. Jeff Skinner will shoot it the rest of the way down. Should be icing against Edmonton, and it is. Chicago playing Edmonton tough here so far.
Something's going on with Dickinson here. I'm not sure what happened.
What happened to him?
Lose it.
He's favoring one leg quite heavily.
Yeah, that is. And he's an important player for them.
He's trying to get off the ice.
And this is not a skate issue.
No.
He is
That's a leg issue.
Yeah.
He's hobbling and will hobble now down the tunnel.
Did he get hit with a puck or no? He just sort of careened in by himself into the boards.
Wasn't good. He's getting helped back to the Chicago dressing room. Face off in the Oilers zone to the right, Calvin Pickard. So Draisaitl, Podkolzin, and Jeff Skinner out there right now for the Oilers. With that, Coleman Bouchard. Bouchard will float it through the middle, glove down by Seth Jones. Right wing to Mikheyev. Dumps it in. Ekholm up to the line. It will get out.
Chicago's aggressively forechecked. The Oilers are trying to 2-on-1 here.
Puck brought in by Foligno. To the right wing corner for Mikheyev. About top of the circle. It goes off his Skinner to the line. Jones will wire it on goal. Glove saved by Pickard. He's got to hold on.
Too many lost puck battles at the point for a couple of the Oilers wingers.
Boston Pizza Oiler for a Day program is back. Head to your local Boston Pizza and purchase a kid's meal for their chance to become an honorary Edmonton Oiler. Visit EdmontonOilers.com/Oiler for a Day for full details. Face off to the left of Pickard. David will take the draw against Donato. Puck goes to the right side. Bedard to the point. Give it to Murphy. Off the corner boards. It's in behind the Edmonton net. Donato in front. The Slaggert save made by Pickard. Landed Slaggert with a good opportunity. Bedard has it across the blue line. Goes over to the right wing. A shot. And that one didn't get through. Hit somebody. It goes to Donato.
Keep losing faceoffs against a team that's terrible on faceoffs. Oilers have not been sharp.
Bedard with it. High slot at the blue line. Now on the right to Donato. Back to Bedard. Over to Donato. His shot, and it was blocked. Donato to Bedard. Comes out of the left wing corner to the net, and his pass goes off his stick over to the right wing.
What are you doing?
Bedard then gave it away to McDavid. He'll come down the left wing, and he takes the hack. Puck gets across. The shot on. A save by Soderblom off the right side as Hyman with a great chance, but Edmonton's going on the power play. Soderblom with a huge save off of Zach Hyman.
That's got to be put in the net there. But the Oilers...
Chicago penalty, number 98. 2-minute minor. Hook in.
Very lucky as Calvin Pickard got bumped twice. Oilers are being outshot 20-14 here. Edmonton leads the NHL with shots on. It is the second of a back-to-back, but 32.6 shots per game, and the Hawks are dead last in shots for 24.6.
Oh, Soderblom. It showed Soderblom safe off of Hyman again.
Great stop.
That's a great stop. Edmonton on the power play. It's brought to you by Atco Energy, your trusted energy retailer. Learn more at atcoenergy.com. Nugent Hopkins to the left corner to McDavid. Goes in behind the net, over to the right, in front of the goal, off a stick, but Draisaitl recovers. Has it in the right wing corner. We're scoreless. We're here in the second. To the point to Bouchard. Walks it to the middle. Left wing to Nugent Hopkins. Turns back towards the boards. He's top of the circle. Gets it across. It skips over the stick of McDavid. It comes out.
Move the puck.
Bouchard to Nugent Hopkins. Now to Hyman. Goes to the left wing corner with Martinez as they tie up. Puck comes free. McDavid to the blue line. Across to Bouchard to Draisaitl to Bouchard on the right wing point. To Draisaitl in the corner. Draisaitl looking towards the net. His shot saved by Soderblom. Draisaitl back to the right wing point for Bouchard. He'll bring it to the middle of the ice. Give it to Draisaitl, right wing, top of the circle. Brings it back to the point. Cross to Bouchard. Down the left wing to McDavid. McDavid holding on to it. Left wing, top of the circle, into the slot. Nugent Hopkins pass, hits a skate. Bouchard will keep it in. Across on the left wing to McDavid. To the right corner, he was looking for Draisaitl off a Chicago stick. It goes out of play. 43 seconds left to go in the penalty to Bedard.
How many shots on net?
It's a round number. 7 minutes, 7 seconds gone here in the second. Oilers and Blackhawks scoreless. Face off to the right of Soderblom. Nurse has it on the point. On the right to Ekholm. His shot sails high and wide. Jeff Skinner will get it around on the right point for Ekholm. And that one up near the blue line. Mikheyev will clear it out and down the ice. Nurse out from behind the Edmonton goal. 22 seconds to go in the man advantage. Up the right wing to Matthias Ekholm. Shoot it into the left wing corner. Henrique after. Pokes it in behind the goal. Vlasic, left wing to Mikheyev. Will dump it all the way down. Picking it up from behind the net is Nurse. That's the center ice. Now in over the Chicago line. Over to the right wing. Penalty just about done. Now it is done. It was turned over. The pass up the left side. Donato in over the line to Bedard. Left side. Waits top of the circle. Poked off his stick. Jones couldn't hold it in. Edmonton 0 for 2 on the power play. Center ice, Jeff Skinner for Edmonton. Into the Chicago zone. Right wing, Corey Perry. Fakes a shot. Comes down the right side into the corner. Up near the blue line. Klingberg couldn't keep it in. Slaggert will get it out. Across on the right to Bedard. Into the Edmonton zone. He'll go through the middle to Donato. That was picked out of the air by Janmark. He comes out with Arvidsson. To Arvidsson down the right wing and over the line. Back to Janmark. Oh, and the shot that's saved by Soderblom. Puck back to the point. Goes to Arvidsson left wing and cleared out by Bedard. What a chance there for Matthias Janmark. Arvidsson will dump it in left corner. Goes to Janmark. Janmark out to Arvidsson. His shot. Scores! What a shot! Victor Arvidsson. Short side off the post, and Edmonton is up 1-0.
Well, Victor Arvidsson needed that one. And Janmark with a really nice little interior pass, and Arvidsson picked the top short side, blocker side of the netminder for his 7th goal of the year for Victor Arvidsson.
That was some shot. Arvidsson, who had the hardest shot in the Oilers skills competition on Sunday, scores at 8:51 of this second period and gives the Edmonton Oilers a 1-0 lead. Emberson to center ice. He'll shoot it in. Top of the circle in his own zone. Murphy got it out. Podkolzin right back in with it. Down the right wing. Into the right wing corner to Kapanen. Back to the left wing point for Nurse. Fanned on a shot, gets a second chance. Shot gets blocked. Podkolzin on the left wing. Goes to the blue line to Nurse. Nurse off the left wing board to Podkolzin. Now to Henrique. To the right wing point. Ty Emberson. 1-0 Oilers lead here in the second period. Podkolzin keeping it in on the right wing. To Kapanen to Podkolzin. He'll go to the middle of the ice. Now to Nurse. Nurse cross ice. His pass goes off of Martinez. He was trying to find Kapanen.
Good work from Podkolzin there.
Kapanen on the right wing boards. It gets to the slot. Draisaitl waiting to Nurse. Oh, what a save by Soderblom coming across. Nurse was absolutely robbed.
He's got to put that in the net. That's an open backdoor tap in.
Right wing corner, it's Henrique. To Draisaitl, gets to the middle, to Nurse again from the angle, and that one hits Soderblom in the right shoulder as he was squeezed up against the post. Ekholm
loading them up here.
Out of down low to McDavid. To the right wing point to Bouchard. 9:42 to go in the second. Bouchard makes a move to the middle. His shot. Soderblom the save. And he covers it up. He holds on. We're going to take a break. 9:37 to go in the second. 1-0 Oilers lead the Blackhawks. From Chicago at the United Center, it's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
At Sobeys and Safeway Liquor, they recommend pairing locally distilled spirits and their ice-cold beer selection with... And Oilers win! Sobeys and Safeway Liquor, proud partners and fans of the Edmonton Oilers. Please enjoy responsibly.
Experience the exciting casino action at 3 Century Casino locations, Edmonton, St. Albert, and Century Mile. Dine at one of their amazing restaurants featuring daily specials. Take in the ultimate game day experience at the Century Sports Bar and Lounge. Check out the best in live entertainment at any amazing location. Plus, enjoy a great selection of casino gaming options and off-track betting. Feel the thrill of live horse racing at Century Mile Racetrack. Don't miss a second of the action at Century Casino. Come for the action, stay for the fun.
When it comes to your new home, nothing should stop you from getting exactly what you want. Coventry Homes puts your needs front and center. They won't dig past your questions about customization, and making changes won't get you sent to the penalty box. With their customizable designs and flexible options, your game-changing home is within reach. Score big with flexibility. By Coventry Homes, the official builder of the Edmonton Oilers.
At Sobeys and Safeway Liquor, they recommend pairing locally distilled spirits and their ice-cold beer selection with... And Oilers win! Sobeys and Safeway Liquor, proud partners and fans of the Edmonton Oilers. Please enjoy responsibly.
Listen on air, online, and on the Radio Player Canada app.
This is the Oilers Radio Network.
Here at the United Center in Chicago, Oilers up 1-0 on the Blackhawks. Arvidsson from Janmark and Kulak at 8:51 of this second period. That's all the scoring so far. Face off in the Chicago zone to the right of Soderblom. Arvid Soderblom has been very good in this game.
Certainly in the second period, the degree of chances has been far better for Edmonton than it has been for... Look out.
Now Bertuzzi to Jones, and he tried to get a pass, and it was broken up by Bouchard. He'll get it out. Right wing to Ekholm. Into the Chicago end down the right side. Goes in behind the net, now to the left. But the right wing boards to Arvidsson. That goes past him, and Foligno will get it out for Chicago.
That's offside.
Mazard went in early. Oh, it was way offside.
Just a bit offside.
Just a bit offside is right. 9:09 to go in the second. 1-0 Oilers lead.
Arvidsson scoring his 7th of the year from Janmark and Kulak.
There wasn't a lot of room on that short side for Victor Arvidsson.
Chris Knobloch's got Kapanen up here with Draisaitl and Skinner instead of Podkolzin.
Puck goes to Jones at center ice. He'll shoot it in. Emberson behind the net to Kulak. Up the right wing to Kapanen. It'll get to the blue line. Vlasic's going to keep it in. Floats it towards the net. Glove down by Pickard. He'll give it to Kulak. Now to Draisaitl. Draisaitl to center ice. Forced back by Teravainen. Still has it. Well, Kulak behind the net. And gave it away! Oh, the chance for McCabe, and he fanned on it. And here comes Draisaitl down the right side. Into the Chicago zone, cross-ice pass, and McCabe comes back.
Oh, that's just Edmonton got bailed out there.
Puck in the right wing corner of the Chicago zone. Vlasic has it up against the boards. Kapanen trying to get it free. Vlasic's the one that comes up with it. To Teravainen. Teravainen just inside his own blue line. For Jones, he'll go in behind the goal. Flushed out of there by Janmark. Out of Vlasic. Through the middle, directed to Teravainen. Into the Edmonton zone. Right wing for Bedard. He'll go to the right wing corner. Bedard with a couple of moves. And behind the net went off at Donato. Nugent Hopkins gets it loose. Rims it. Teravainen there for Chicago. Behind the net to Donato.
Up this line here for Chicago.
Donato to Teravainen. To the right wing point. Vlasic across. The one-timer by Bedard. And his stick craters. And the puck goes into the right wing corner. Bedard's got to get a new twig. Nugent Hopkins will get it out. Up the right wing went off Connor Brown. Del Mastro into his own zone to Brody. 7:20 to go here in the second. 1-0 Oilers lead. Nurse with it inside the Edmonton blue line. Through the middle. He almost sprung Henrique. The puck at center ice. Slaggert off the right wing boards and in. Kulak's going to go in behind the goal. Slaggert runs into him. Kulak bounces off the check. Gets it up the right wing to Perry. He'll shoot it in. Murphy to the end boards. To Martinez. Had it hit Perry. It's in the right wing corner. Back to the blue line. Klingberg. Over to Nurse on the left. Now to the high slot to Henrique. Trying to get it to Nurse. Picked off. And Reichel will come out through center for Chicago. Into the Oiler end. A shot. And that goes wide of the Edmonton net. Todd Colson up the left wing at center ice. He'll dump it in.
Good work back to the puck. Darnell Nurse really limited what. Oh, here we go again. A little bit too much cheat tonight from some of the Oilers players.
Smith will bring it in. Shoot it. Goes off of Klingberg. Puck to the right wing corner. Inside the Oilers zone. It's in behind the net. Klingberg to Henrique. Off of Corey Perry. Did get it out. It's in front of the Edmonton bench. Henrique to Klingberg. Across to Ekholm.
Oilers need a quick change here, Cam.
6 minutes to go here in the second. 1-0 Oilers lead. Pass up the right side. Puck gets brought in on the right wing. And Hyman got knocked down. Never got a shot away. It goes to the blue line. Ekholm. On the left wing, to the left wing corner for Arvidsson. Behind the net to Hyman. Hyman back to the point, and just off the stick of Ekholm, it goes down the ice.
Chicago's got some rangy D.
A bouncing pass off of Arvidsson. Goes into Chicago territory to the left wing corner. And behind the net to Vlasic. Around off of Bertuzzi. It comes out. Nazar trying to dive towards it, but getting to it first was Ekholm. It hit somebody at the Edmonton bench. We get a whistle. We got 5:22 to go in the second period. 1-0 Oilers lead Chicago. From the United Center, it's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Did you know that there are 9 Napa Auto Parts stores serving the greater Edmonton area and have been doing so for more than 50 years? Since Napa first opened in Edmonton, the community has grown and vehicles have changed, but you can always trust Napa Auto Parts to provide you with the expert know-how and the best vehicle parts. And if that isn't enough, every time you visit a Napa Auto Parts store when you present your AMA card, you receive an additional 10% discount on all retail parts and accessories. Visit your local Napa Auto Parts store for more offers and expert know-how. Napa Auto Parts is a proud fan of the Edmonton Oilers.
Help turn off hesitation, turn off doubt, turn off fears. The YMCA is a charity that helps people turn off whatever's holding them back so they can let their potential shine. With your support, you can help us turn on confidence, connections, and possibilities. Whether it's supporting families, building life skills, or fostering well-being, the YMCA offers a wide range of programs that empower people to shine their brightest. Visit our website to see how you can help today.
To the fans who bleed orange and blue, never miss a game, and are always on the edge of their seat. Show your passion for the Oilers and cheer on the team at Molson Canadian Oilers Game Day Live. Attend throughout the season for your chance to win 2025-26 Edmonton Oilers season seats. Be there for the next Game Day Live event on February 7th at the Mill Craft Bar and Kitchen. For the full event schedule and to RSVP, go to OilersGameDayLive.com. All games, all season. You're listening to the Oilers Radio Network.
Cal Moon and Bob Stauffer here in the Legacy Heating and Cooling broadcast booth. Legacy Heating and Cooling, home and no payments, no interest for 1 year. 1-0 Edmonton leads. We got 5:22 to go in the second period as they're in Chicago to face the Blackhawks.
Arvid Soderblom's been good in this game for the Hawks. Pickard was really good in the first for Edmonton. He's given one up, but he's been excellent here too.
Jones at his own blue line on the right wing to Mikheyev. Off the right wing boards and in. Draisaitl got tripped up by Bedard. Bedard's going to the box. Second time in the game for Connor Bedard.
At some point, you got to score a power play goal for Edmonton here. They went 1 for 3 yesterday against St. Louis.
Chicago penalty, number 98, 2-minute minor, tripping.
Fans don't like that call. Oilers 0 for 2. I think they need to simplify. If you gain, and they don't have Dickinson to take draws here. Yeah. That's a big guy. Now they're going to use Foligno. He's a good face-off man himself at around 52%. But I'd like to see the Oilers get some pucks to the net.
Power play brought to you by Atco Energy, your trusted energy retailer. Learn more at atcoenergy.com. Off the draw, the puck comes out.
Leon won it, but it went off his skate.
Bouchard to McDavid with speed into the Chicago end. Across to Nugent Hopkins on the left wing. To the left wing corner to McDavid. Behind the net to Hyman. Right side to Draisaitl. Skipped over his stick. Maybe an odd man rush. Foligno down the left wing with Teravainen. Got to the middle to Jones. His shot. And that one just off of Pickard and wide. Hyman will bring it in. Right wing to McDavid to the slot. Nugent Hopkins shot. That goes off a stick to the right, in behind the net. Recovered by Hyman. Right wing to McDavid. To Draisaitl. Couldn't get a pass through. And Mikheyev will drill it down the ice. Oilers have given up 2 real good chances shorthanded in this game.
It's been a sloppy affair for Edmonton.
Draisaitl in on the right wing. Now over to Nugent Hopkins, left wing corner, Chicago zone to the right wing point. McDavid to Draisaitl. Has it right side, top of the circle into the corner to McDavid. McDavid steps out with it. He'll wait, give it to Draisaitl, back to the middle, but McDavid was tied up.
Too much force.
Comes out of the zone. 35 seconds to go in the power play. Pass through the middle, goes off a Chicago stick. McDavid will get to it in the left wing corner. To the point to Nurse. Pass down low, broken up by Murphy. He'll get it out.
I'm going to tell you right now, the power play cost them a game against the Maple Leafs, went 0 for 2. 1 for 3 against St. Louis. 0 for 2 here with about 20 seconds left. It's got to be better. There's no excuses. You've got really good players.
Slaggert will get it out up the right side to Foligno. Dump it in. Penalty just about over, and Edmonton's going to be 0 for 3 with a man advantage.
And usually when your power play's not going, Cam, what happens?
Yeah, you lose momentum.
And you're being outworked. Yeah. And they're being outworked.
Goes in behind the Chicago net. Rimmed by Jones. Won't get out. Nurse keeps it in. Shoots it towards the net. Blockered away by Soderblom. Under 3 to go here in the second. 1-0 Edmonton leads. Vlasic up the right side to Bedard. Into the Oiler end. His backhand pass broken up by Ekholm. He'll get it out to Arvidsson. Down the left wing. In over the Chicago line. To the left wing corner. Nurse couldn't get a pass across to the slot area, but it comes back to Nurse. Behind the net to Perry. He'll get it in front of the net. Sent over to the right wing, and Donato will scoop it up in the air and out. Now Vlasic with inside his own end for Chicago across. To Del Mastro will get to center ice. He'll dump the puck into the Oilers zone. Off the left wing is Reichel trying to go towards the net. A centering pass off a stick to the side of the goal and a pad save made by Pickard. Vlasic with a chance off the left wing. It's in behind the Edmonton net, and Emberson will get it out. Up the right side, Connor Brown into the Chicago zone. A shot, pad save made by Soderblom.
Good play by Brown, though. That's the shot off the pad pass.
Smith will bring it into the Oiler end. Left wing to Maroon. To the left wing corner, goes off of Smith, and Janmark pokes to the middle to Arvidsson. He'll get to center. Give it to Janmark. Comes into the left wing corner for Arvidsson. Goes in behind the net with Mikheyev on him. To the left wing. Minute 35 to go in the second. 1-0 Oilers lead. It's along the boards in the Chicago zone. Nurse trying to poke it down the left wing to Brown. Brown's got it in his skates. Goes up into the air. Smith can't get it out. Nurse hits Smith with it. Puck comes to center. Oh. Smith, man, that's offside. Chicago offside at the Edmonton line with 1:14 to go in the second. We're going to take a break. 1-0 Oilers lead Chicago from the United Center. It's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Be a savvy Edmonton hotel shopper. Book through edmontonsbesthotels.com and receive up to $225 in cash rewards. There are over 55 member hotels to choose from, offering their best value rates. edmontonsbesthotels.com. Rewards with every booking.
For years now, we've been warning Edmontonians on the hazards of our stormwater facilities. While they may appear to look like still ponds, there is moving water beneath the surface, which makes the ice dangerously... The unpredictability of stormwater facilities makes them treacherously unsafe for all winter activities, even walking. So think twice. Don't go on the ice. A safety message from EPCOR.
Over the last decade, the world of work has changed dramatically. It's a change that can cause a disconnect between a company and its employees. But a partnership with Aon can help by making decisions that create a more flexible, engaged, and resilient workforce. Aon's experience and expertise, global understanding, and advanced analytics ensure that every client is better informed and better advised so that they can make better decisions. Whatever the next decade brings, Aon is in the business of better decisions.
Be a savvy Edmonton hotel shopper. Book through edmontonsbesthotels.com and receive up to $225 in cash rewards. There are over 55 member hotels to choose from, offering their best value rates. edmontonsbesthotels.com. Rewards with every booking.
Listen on air, online, and on the Radio Player Canada app. This is the Oilers Radio Network.
Here at the United Center in Chicago, Oilers up 1-0 on the Blackhawks. Minute 14 to go in the second period. Cam Moon along with Bob Stauffer. Victor Arvidsson, the goal scorer for Edmonton. Arvidsson's 7th of the season. That has been it in this game. Nazar to the Oiler end to the right corner to Bertuzzi. To the right wing point, Murphy will shoot it. Sails wide of the Edmonton goal. You cap it in to Klingberg. Cross to Nurse. We're into the last minute here in the second. Nurse comes up the left wing. Will gain the Chicago line to Podkolzin. Want to go through the middle and went off of Bertuzzi. Puck comes out.
Podkolzin's having a rough game with the puck maintenance tonight. He's fighting it.
Capping it across to Podkolzin. Off the corner boards. Puck goes to the right corner. Vlasic tried to rim it. Went off of Kapanen. Back to the right point. Podkolzin's pass over the stick of Klingberg and down the ice. Klingberg turns in front of the Edmonton net. Over to his partner, Nurse. Nurse to Klingberg. 24 seconds to go in the period. Up to McDavid. On the right wing to Draisaitl. He'll get it into the middle to Nurse. Over to the left. A one-timer by Kapanen off of Soderblom. Puck goes to the right wing. And brought out through the middle, Teravainen. Right wing to Mikheyev to Teravainen. Shot, scores! Going to the net was Reichel. He got the tip in at the side of the goal, and this game's tied at 1. A late goal by by Chicago to tie it up. Lucas Reichel going to the net to get his 5th of the year.
Well, you know the Hawks are going to get some power plays in the third period because they're 0 for 3 and Edmonton's 0 for 3, and Edmonton hasn't worked hard enough on their power play. I mean, and Teravainen, it's always Teravainen. They got one guy. He's got 7 points in 3 games against Edmonton this season. Great play by him.
Teravainen and McCabe should get the assist. 19:54 time of the goal. Second period expires. And it's tied at 1. Chicago will get the boost to the late goal to get them at even terms through 40 minutes.
Well, the Oilers have got a support goal in this game. I mean, Victor Edmondson, that's the guy that you're hoping to add a little bit of offense. And frankly, Edmonton's been outplayed in this game. I mean, the shots are 23-20 for Chicago. Edmonton's had 3 moribund power plays. And this isn't a byproduct of, you know, they've been better 5-on-5. Their power plays lost momentum for them every time. And they're just not sharp. Got same 5 guys all year. Like, you'd think that at some point here, you know, you gotta. I know I'm sounding like I'm complaining about a 7th-ranked power play, but given what this power play's been for the last 5 years, Cam, this power play needs to be a top 3 or 4 power play, and it hasn't been. So as a result, the Hawks have out-hit Edmonton 13-4, and they've outworked the Oilers in large portions of this game, and they're full marks to be tied 1-1. And Edmonton's going to have to kill a couple in the third. You know that's coming.
Very likely.
Very likely.
Second
of a back-to-back. We'll see what sort of juice the Oilers bring in the third period.
Oilers are 5-2-1 when tied after 40. Chicago 0-5-0. And it's tied after 40. Oilers and Chicago at 1s. Arvidsson for Edmonton. Reichel for the Blackhawks. That's where we sit through 40 minutes. Bryn Griffiths. Rob Brown. They've got the intermission for you when we come back. Tied at 1 after 40. Oilers in Chicago. This is For Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs to pride celebrations. From your favorite fuzz shop to your local Indian spot. From noodle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian Ultra XL. Molson. Everyone in. Must be legal drinking age.
Here's what's new at 880ched.com.
880 Ched and Jubilation's Dinner Theater want to celebrate you. As a thank you to our amazing listeners, Eileen Bell will be hosting a Listener Appreciation Night at Jubilation's Dinner Theater's production of 1969, Dylan and Joplin and all those Rolling Stones on February 19th. Head to 880ched.com for your chance to be a part of Listener Appreciation Night.
Get your name on our insider list today and keep up to date on pre-sales, contests, and more. Visit 880ched.com. At the intermission, brought to you by Hand of the Row Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
Arvidsson will dump it in left corner. Goes to Janmark. Janmark out to Arvidsson. His shot. Scores! What a shot! Victor Arvidsson. Short side off the post, and Edmonton is up 1-0.
And that's our Highlight Zone, brought to you by Century Casinos. All in, all games, all season. Century Casinos with 3 great locations in Edmonton, St. Albert, and right next door to the Edmonton International Airport. Welcome to the Winner's Zone. Welcome to the second intermission. Bryn Griffiths along with Rob Brown. After 40 minutes of play, it's the Oilers 1, the Chicago Blackhawks 1. Rob, this power play tonight is just killing these guys. It's just, I don't even know. It's like they're giving it a half effort, and you know they're not, right? But it's just it's not there tonight.
It's not a half effort. It's I give credit to the Blackhawks penalty killing, which is good. They do have a good penalty killing unit. The only way that you stand a fighter's chance when you play against the Oilers power plays, you have to be aggressive at the right moments. And the Blackhawks are. You be aggressive unless the Oilers get full control. Then you come in and you have everybody in the box. And that's what they've done. So they're not allowing that pass across. The Oilers are coming in. They're looking for the pass. They're going around. And then if there's any bobble at all, the Blackhawks are attacking. If they find a player, 2 Oilers crisscrossing in a close area, they attack. So they're forcing the Oilers into mistakes. And the Blackhawks, in all honesty, in the 3 power plays the Oilers have had, the Blackhawks have had the better of the scoring opportunities.
Yes.
They've had a 2-on-1. They had a 3-on-2. The Oilers have just been they've been off. Their power play hasn't been good tonight. This is a Blackhawk team that's playing with pride right now and have had some really good chances and some really good shifts. This on paper is a mismatch of teams, but the Blackhawks their work ethic has been better than the Oilers tonight. And that allowed them to crawl back in this hockey game and give themselves a fighter's chance going into the third.
Seem to be getting to a lot more loose pucks, too. But, in fairness, though, the netminders have been good tonight. I think Picard's been fine. And Soderblom he's made huge saves. Made the one to Darnell Nurse, which could have made it 2-0 at that point, that was a huge save for Chicago.
It was. And if you are, again, we talk about this anytime the Oilers play one of the teams lower in the standings. For that team to have a chance to win, they got to play close to perfection. They got to stay out of the penalty box, which the Hawks haven't done. And they have to get excellent goaltending. Well, that they have gotten tonight. Soderblom's made 3 or 4 saves that had the Oilers players shaking their heads. Lyons had a couple good looks. Nurse, wide open chance. Great play by Soderblom on that one. Skinner in the first period had 3 straight shots from the same spot. He's been excellent. He's given the Blackhawks a solid net-minding presence through the first 40 minutes. We heard, if you're watching it on TV, you heard Jack and Louie talk about it. If you're watching or if you're listening on the radio, Bob and Mooner talked about that Soderblom's been very good as of late. He's finding points in the standings for the Blackhawks. He's got, I think, a .930 save percentage in his last 5 games. That's excellent. And we see why the way he's playing tonight. Very good. It was a perfect shot by Arvidsson, the only one that beat him. But one thing, too, Bryn, that we talked about after the first period was how good Connor Bedard was. Well, it was the exact opposite in the second period. The poor kid took 2 penalties, turned the puck over a couple times, got caught watching the puck on a 2-on-2 that had to be a great play. Soderblom on Janmark. And showed his frustration. So we will see going into the third period if we get period 1 of Connor Bedard or we get period 2 of Connor Bedard. A big moment for this kid in the final 20.
Yeah, the one time he gave it up to the wrong guy, too. Gave it up to 97, who brought it all the way back, and then drew the penalty as well. But the thing that bothered me about the Teravainen goal, his 12th of the season, was I was watching Kapanen on the back check, and he just wasn't working very hard coming back. And it just makes me wonder if they're getting a little tired, but everybody's tired. It's a compressed schedule. Everybody's got to go through it, but it just, hey, the other thing, too, it's only 1-1 after 2. There's lots of hockey left to go here, another 20 minutes.
Well, there is, and the Blackhawks have not won a game this year where they've been tied after 20. The odds favor the Oilers in the third period, but the Blackhawks have kept this close. The things that we've seen in this last little while with the Oilers, I think the Oilers have been loose defensively. In the last 2 weeks, they've given up more scoring chances than they probably want to and should. But they've also found ways to beat teams. They found ways to win. And when you have a good team and a poor team playing tonight in the standings, the good team usually finds a way to win. The poor team usually finds a way to lose. Now, it can completely turn upside down in this third period. Blackhawks, their interest is high. They have a chance to upset one of the superpowers of the league. But if they're going to do it in the third period, they lost a big part of their team in that second period. Dickinson, when he went down with that injury, he was excellent in this game against Leon Draisaitl. He's been excellent every time these two teams played against each other. Chris Knobloch talked about one of the main reasons he split up Connor and Leon was of the play of Jason Dickinson. I don't think he's coming back in the game by the way he left. That is a huge loss for the Chicago Blackhawks. And unfortunately, the Oilers didn't take advantage of it in the second period.
Well, when these two teams are tied after 2 periods, the Oilers are 5-2-1. Chicago are 0-5-0, but they're right in the thick of it here with this one. And I'm with you. I think, maybe they start to smell a little blood in the water. However, we've seen what the Oilers are capable of doing in the third period, but they're going to have to pick it up a few notches. We'll see. If you were the coach, what kind of adjustments would you make here? Did you just tell the guys to just go out there and pick it up a bit more?
Well, no, because if you say that really doesn't mean nothing to the players in the dressing room.
I rolled my eyes when I said that.
Yeah, I'm like, you just work harder. Well, all teams work harder.
Just get out there.
To me, they're loose defensively. They just are, and they've given up too many grade A scoring chances. They've made some poor decisions at the offensive blue line and in the neutral zone to give up odd man breaks. So they'll talk about that, tighten up defensively. Again, the Blackhawks have Connor Bedard, who can create by himself. The rest of the players on the team, if you make a mistake, they will capitalize. But there's not a lot of guys that are really creative. They just have a hardworking group with some speed. So don't make it easy for them. Don't shorten the rink by turning the puck over in the neutral zone. Don't force things. There's a couple examples where Kulak behind the net turned it over. Could have been a one-timer from the slot. Darnell Nurse tried forcing him past in his own zone. I think he hit Leon Draisaitl in the back pants, turned into a scoring chance. Those are things you can't do. So I believe you're going to see the Oilers' best period in the third. But when you keep a team close, the Oilers had 3 chances in this game to extend the lead on the power play.
Yeah.
They didn't do it. And now you've allowed a team to stay close that has a superstar goal scorer in Bedard and a goaltender really feeling it tonight. So there should be, if in Chicago tonight, there should be hope in the stands. But the Edmonton Oilers, who are third in the NHL right now in the standings, haven't played their best yet. They have an opportunity in the third period to play their best and find a way to get 2 points.
Okay, Rob, we'll talk to you in the post-game show. Thanks. We'll take a timeout after 40 minutes. The Edmonton Oilers and the Chicago Blackhawks are tied at 1. At the intermission is brought to you by End of the Roll Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring. This is your Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Hey, Paul Brandt here. As a musician, I'm drawn to the sounds of this great province. Whether it's the wind blowing down the Rockies, the rustling of grass across the prairie, or the sweet sound of a Ford Super Duty, it's all music to my ears. Speaking of Super Duty, with heavy-duty performance that's built for getting the job done right, it's no wonder this truck has Albertans singing its praises. The 2024 Ford Super Duty is available now at your Alberta Ford dealer. Just head on in today and tell them PB sent you.
Bloom Benefits offers amazing coverage that even the toughest hockey players can get behind. With excellent coverage, they offer things like massage. You want to go? Counseling services. Let's go. Dental coverage. That was not offside. And eye exams. With custom health coverage for any group of any size, Bloom Benefits make every team better, stronger, and healthier. Plans start from just $54 a month. Rethink your benefits today at bloombenefits.ca.
Chemco is more than just a trusted local name. Chemco has been building industry across Canada for more than 60 years. From engineering through to commissioning, construction, maintenance, and beyond, Chemco's multidiscipline approach stands firmly on the belief that Chemco cares. It's not just what they do, it's how they do it. Visit Chemco.com and discover how they can support your project today. Chemco, proud fans of the Edmonton Oilers, serving and supporting communities across Canada for over 60 years.
With Global News, I'm Thomas Dias. A 38-year-old mother from southern Alberta has been charged with criminal negligence causing death and failing to provide the necessaries of life after her 13-year-old son died. Lethbridge police say the boy and his mother had been using drugs on Christmas when he overdosed at a home on the city's south side. Paramedics were called, but the mother is accused of hiding her son when they got there and then spending the night on the street with him while he was in medical distress, with the boy then found dead along a busy roadway on Boxing Day. And Mounties say they thwarted 2 illegal border crossings in the province this week, with 9 people detained and another dead after fleeing from police at the border and shooting himself. 9 people, including 5 children of Colombian and Venezuelan descent, were detained earlier this week after also trying to cross the border at Coutts. Assistant Commissioner Lisa Moreland says it shows the RCMP, along with the Canada Border Services Agency, are more than capable of tackling border issues. News on demand at 880chad.com.
Today you can score at A&W. Enjoy a juicy grass-fed beef mama burger and fries for only $5. Available in-store or on the A&W mobile app at participating locations in Oil Country. This fantastic deal is available all day today at A&W.
It's game on at City Ford.
With an all-star lineup of brand new Ford favorites, save up to $5,000 on Escapes.
Up to $9,000 on Bronco Sports.
And up to $19,000 on F-150s.
Plus, take advantage of 0% financing options available on select models.
Spin the wheel and win an iPad, Oilers merch, Costco card, a snowblower, and more.
Visit City Ford on the St. Albert Trail.
Over the last decade, the world of work has changed dramatically. It's a change that can cause a disconnect between a company and its employees. But a partnership with Aon can help by making decisions that create a more flexible, engaged, and resilient workforce. Aon's experience and expertise, global understanding, and advanced analytics ensure that every client is better informed and better advised so that they can make better decisions. Whatever the next decade brings, Aon is in the business of better decisions.
Today you can score at A&W. Enjoy a juicy grass-fed beef mama burger and fries for only $5. Available in-store or on the A&W mobile app at participating locations in Oil Country. This fantastic deal is available all day today at A&W.
At the intermission, brought to you by End of the Row Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
1-1 between the Oilers and the Blackhawks after 40 minutes of play. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, which is brought to you by Pizza 73, the official pizza of the Edmonton Oilers. Very quiet around the league tonight. Just two other matchups. One game is complete. It was the New York Rangers on home ice at MSG tonight, rallying to beat the Boston Bruins 3-2. In that game, Chris Kreider with a game-winning goal. It was a shorty in the third period, and Igor Shesterkin with 17 saves to post the victory for the Rangers. The other one is Montreal on the road in Los Angeles to take on the Kings. They've completed 20 minutes of play. We're just about ready to get the second period underway there. It is 1-0 for the Los Angeles Kings over the Montreal Canadiens, and it's Gavrikov with his third of the season. LA out shooting Montreal 13-7 through that opening frame. And that is it for a look around the National Hockey League. Your out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Pizza 73, the official pizza of the Edmonton Oilers. Third period. Who knows what's up next? We'll be watching. We'll be listening. At the intermission is brought to you by End of the Row Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring. This is your NHL hockey on your Ford Dealers NHL Hockey with the Oilers Radio Network.
At the intermission has been brought to you by End of the Row Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
Sportsnet Plus is your ultimate destination for Oilers games. Stream more matchups than anywhere else. Spectacular! Catch Oilers action all season. Plans starting at $19.99 a month. Subscribe now at sportsnetplus.ca. Our people, our team. It's what business owners almost always say is their most important resource. But strong businesses don't just find great people. They make sure their teams stay healthy, engaged, and performing at their best. A benefits plan from Alberta Blue Cross is more than just drug and dental. They support the whole person with flexible coverage levels that fit the size and circumstance of your business. Find a plan that gets results at ab.bluecross.ca.
Proudly headquartered in Oil Country, Capital Power is delivering reliable and affordable power today while building clean power systems for tomorrow, creating the balanced energy solutions communities across Alberta and North America can depend on. Visit capitalpower.com to learn how they are powering change by changing power. Be part of their energy and join Capital Power as we all cheer on our Edmonton Oilers on their quest to win it all.
Sportsnet Plus is your ultimate destination for Oilers games. Stream more matchups than anywhere else. Spectacular! Catch Oilers action all season. Plans starting at $19.99 a month. Subscribe now at sportsnetplus.ca.
All games, all season. You're listening to the Oilers Radio Network.
Here at the United Center, Cam Moon along with Bob Stoff and Oilers. Blackhawks tied at 1. Getting ready for the third period of play. Again, Oilers 5-2-1 when tied after 40. Chicago 0-5-0. And it'll be McDavid, Arvidsson, and Hyman out there with Bouchard and Ekholm to start off this third period.
Let's see if Connor Brown's ready. He said the Oilers have another gear they can get to. Let's see what they do.
Ekholm up the left wing that goes off the stick of Arvidsson. Goes back to Matthias Ekholm. Now to Evan Bouchard. To McDavid. Off the stick of Bedard. It goes to Donato. He'll bring it in. Donato down the right wing. A backhand. And that goes wide of the Edmonton net. Along the left side, Donato centering pass. But intercepted by Ekholm. Give it to Hyman. Comes into the Chicago end. Cuts across to Arvidsson. A backhand. It gets to Hyman off his skate and just wide of the net.
What a chance.
McDavid gets it high slot. Won't be able to get a shot. And Vlasic will bring it out for Chicago. Center ice, he'll shoot it in.
Great opportunity there. Puck just didn't roll the right way.
Just underway here in the third. Oilers and Blackhawks tied at 1.
Hawks in this 1-2-2 here.
Long pass to center. Klingberg across on the left. There's to Podkolzin. Goes to the left wing corner. Now to Draisaitl out of the right side. A pass in front. Backhand scores! Jeff Skinner puts it to the backhand up over the glove of Soderblom. And the Oilers have a 2-1 lead.
Vasily Podkolzin won a puck battle in the corner. He swept it behind the net. Draisaitl made a reverse pivot off the back wall. Skinner jumped in, and that time looked like a 6-time 30-goal scorer. Elite level finish from Jeff Skinner. So two of the guys that the Oilers were hoping to see more from offensively have now scored in this game. Arvidsson with his 7th, Jeff Skinner with his 10th.
Minute 11 into this third period. The Edmonton Oilers take a 2-1 lead on the Blackhawks.
And good work from Podkolzin as well.
Up the right wing, Draisaitl. Umps it to the right wing corner. Go to Foligno, and Foligno can't get it out. Draisaitl to Skinner. Skinner looking for Draisaitl, has it left corner. Back to the left wing point. Nurse across to Klingberg. Left wing corner, skipped over the stick of Draisaitl. Podkolzin got it to Draisaitl. Back to the blue line. Nurse and shot. It comes over to Skinner. Couldn't find the handle. It was bouncing. Puck to the right side. Skinner got his stick lifted. Foligno gets it free, and he'll bring it out.
Chicago lucky that Skinner didn't pick that up clean. It's in the net if he does.
Stumped into the right wing corner, 2-1. Edmonton leads. About 2 minutes gone here in the third period. Jeff Skinner, the go-ahead goal. Klingberg with it in his own end for Edmonton. And take it in behind the net. Now comes out through the middle, trying to get away from Mikheyev. Mikheyev will force it back.
He can skate, Mikheyev.
Left wing for Janmark. Dump it to the left wing corner of the Chicago zone. It's in behind the net. Janmark going to poke it free out of the skates of Brody, and it goes to the right wing. And Janmark up to the blue line. Now across to Kulak. A snapshot off the glove of Soderblom. On the left wing, puck cleared out by Brody. Through the middle to Reichel. He'll come into the Oiler end, go to the left wing corner. From the angle, off the pad of Pickard. He will cover that up. We played 2 minutes, 46 seconds of the third. 2-1 Edmonton leads. Skinner from Draisaitl and Podkolzin. A minute 11 into this third period.
Right around the time, Cam, that the organization made the brilliant decision to hire you. We watched Reichel, Peterka, and Stützle with Team Germany.
Yes.
You came up for those games at the Holinka Gretzky, and man, oh man, those guys were good. Draisaitl's out here. Take a D-zone draw with Kapanen. Kapanen, that was a tough play at the end of the first period, or second period, by the way. Leon's waved out a circle. So if Leon wins the draw, Corey Perry's going to hop on. Kapanen had a chance to topple a face-off, and then the Oilers got caught flat coming back, and Teravainen, that's the wrong guy to be flat against because he's been good against Edmonton. 2-on-1.
Puck cleared out. Oilers get the 2-on-1. Brought in by Henrique down the left wing with Kapanen. The shot. Bad save by Soderblom. A rebound went just past Kapanen, and Donato will get it out.
What a chance there. Soderblom's been a little bit lucky, Cam.
Kapanen in on the right wing. Cross ice. It goes to Emberson. Has it left wing corner. Could not get it in behind the net. Comes in front. Del Mastro. Right wing to Maroon. Maroon just to the Edmonton blue line. It went off his stick. And Kapanen wheel out through the middle for Edmonton. Kasperi Kapanen into the Chicago zone to Henrique. Off the right wing boards. Around to the left for Corey Perry. Pokes it in behind the net. It goes to Henrique. Henrique with a couple of moves on the right to the point to Bouchard. Around to Hyman on the left wing. Offside. And they said it came out at the blue line, so it's offside against the Oilers. 3:41 gone here in the third.
Oilers have dug in a little bit.
Yeah. You see they raised their level to start this third period. A little more determined. Oilers at home Friday. 7 o'clock game against Colorado Avalanche at Rogers Place. Up to Nazar off his stick. It goes into the Edmonton end. Pickard to Ekholm. Left wing for Arvidsson. Spins up that left side. Center ice to McDavid to Arvidsson. Right wing to Hyman. 1-to-1. Touch it to the point. Bouchard got it down the boards, but Vlasic there for Chicago, and it gets turned over to Bouchard at the Edmonton blue line. Now to McDavid. Through center ice, now into the Chicago zone. Down the left wing, a shot, right pad, saved by Soderblom. Centered, it comes all the way to the right wing point. Bouchard along the right wing boards. To the corner, goes off the stick of Vlasic. Vlasic can't clear it. Arvidsson in behind the net to Hyman. Taken to the end boards by Murphy. Loose puck to Bedard. Into the middle of Vlasic. He'll come out for Chicago at center ice. He'll dump it in. 2-1, Edmonton leads. 4:40 gone here in the third.
Edmonton's work back to the puck's been much better to start this period. Cost them a goal here in the game.
At his own blue line, Martinez to Jones. The right wing to Bertuzzi, and now to Reichel into the Oiler and to the middle. Got his stick lifted by Draisaitl, and his pass just misses Podkolzin. Goes down to the netminder Soderblom, off the boards and out. Draisaitl lost it at the Chicago blue line. Jones up the right wing to Bertuzzi, now to Foligno. Comes in on the right wing. To the point to Jones, one-time shot, and a pad save made by Pickard. Reichel off the right wing boards. Going towards the net, a backhand that gets broken up, and through the middle, Draisaitl will get to center ice for Edmonton. Now down the left wing to Nurse. He's going towards the net, a shot! Save made by Soderblom. He held on. 5.5 gone here in the third. 2-1 Oilers lead. Nurse jumping up on the rush.
Oilers' ears have perked up a bit here.
Trying to finish this two-game swing off in style. They've taken the lead here in the third.
This is a line that can get you. Any line that's got Teravainen on it, they could score. The guy's got 7 points in 3 games against the Oilers here.
A grim Teravainen had it hit him. It was off his skate, bounces around. Nazar will get it out. Emberson, a little bank pass. Brody will get to it first. Now to Nazar, into the Oiler end as he goes to the right wing corner. Stops on the right wing boards. To the blue line, Mikheyev. Over to Del Mastro, coming down the left wing. Go to the left wing corner with it. To Teravainen, just let it go by him to Brody. Brody off the right wing boards. To the corner. Mikheyev. To Nazar to the point. Del Mastro. Down low to Mikheyev. It goes in behind the net. Teravainen to center it. Nazar with a chance. And his shot doesn't get through. And Mikheyev then rolled it wide.
Emerson's had a tough couple games here.
Puck to the right wing point. Brody for Chicago. Off the boards. Past Mikheyev. Puck chopped up the right wing. It goes to Connor Brown. He's into the Chicago zone. He's by himself. Edmonton making changes. Brown off the left wing boards. To McDavid, got spun around, lost it, and Bedard will come out for Chicago. Bedard into the Oiler end on the left wing. He's top of the circle, forced up near the blue line. Good play by Bouchard. Got it loose, but it's kept in. Going to the net, Smith across. Oh my! What a save by Pickard with the left pad. He absolutely stymies Maroon.
What a great save by Pickard. That can't happen if you're Edmonton.
Smith to Maroon. Oh, now here comes McDavid into the Chicago end. Left wing to Arvidsson. To McDavid. Shot. Save Soderblom. Puck goes to the boards. Up the right wing. Bedard will get it out through the middle. And the pass by Vlasic misses Maroon. That's icing against Chicago. Oh, what a stop. Calvin Pickard got it with a left pad. A great chance there for Chicago. Maroon with an opportunity to tie this game.
Well, Bouchard tried to drop one off right away, get it up the ice to Arvidsson, and that's Evan for you. Once in a while, he's going to turn pucks over. He's going to be the first guy to acknowledge the work from his goaltender, Calvin Pickard, because he made a great save.
That was a great stop. Face off to the right of Soderblom. 2-1 Oilers lead.
Chris Knobloch rolling over 4 lines here.
Puck to the line. It goes to Klingberg on the right wing. A shot. Glove saved by Soderblom. He'll hold on. We'll take a break. 7 minutes. 29 seconds gone here in the third. 2-1 Oilers lead the Blackhawks. From Chicago at the United Center, it's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
When was the last time your electricity and natural gas provider made you feel like this? Low rates, no strings attached, year-round perks, and local energy experts who always have your back with Encore by Epcor. Find that carefree energy feeling at encore.epcor.com/carefree.
Customers are free to purchase natural gas or electricity services from a retailer of their choice. For a list of retailers, visit ucahelps.alberta.ca or call 310-4822 toll-free.
Hockey season is back. And so are the deals at Boston Pizza. Cheer on your team while ordering off their game day menu, or come in and see what great promotions they have going on. At Boston Pizza, they always have something craveable for you to enjoy. Boston Pizza, proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers. Cheers to a great hockey season.
Hey, Edmonton. Ever think about who gets your hard-earned money when you buy groceries or gas? For all you know, it could be buying a second yacht or private jet. But at Co-op, they put it right back into the community. That's because they're owned by 120,000 everyday Edmontonians, not a corporation. Feel good about where your money goes when you shop Co-op. Visit in-store for details.
Listen on air, online, and on the Radio Player Canada app. This is the Oilers Radio Network.
2-1 Oilers lead the Blackhawks. 7 minutes, 29 seconds gone here in the third. Cam Moon along with Bob Stauffer. The Boston Pizza Oiler for a Day program is back. Head to your local Boston Pizza and purchase a kid's meal for their chance to become an honorary Edmonton Oiler. Visit EdmontonOilers.com/Oiler for a Day for full details. Face off in the Chicago zone to the left of Soderblom. Over to the right wing is Draisaitl up against the boards with Foligno. So try to dig it free, and it's Skinner to get it loose. To Klingberg. He'll get it across to Nurse. He'll blast the shot.
Ouch.
Kicked out. It did hit the pad of Soderblom. The puck to the right wing. Podkolzin to the point. That misses Nurse. Goes all the way down the ice.
Tough play for Podkolzin, but he's had a good third here.
Nurse with it behind the Edmonton net. Jeff Skinner has the go-ahead goal here in the third period. Up the left wing to Podkolzin. Across to Draisaitl. Into the Chicago end. Goes to the middle. Left wing to Podkolzin. Off his stick. Goes in behind the net. Draisaitl didn't get to it in time. Martinez kept it in. Comes back to Draisaitl. Scores! Leon Draisaitl got the pass in the slot after the puck got turned over. And he goes 5-hole on Soderblom, and Edmonton is up 3-1.
Well, that'll be Leon Draisaitl's NHL leading 38th goal of the season, and he now leads the National Hockey League in points with 81. And it was the work of his line mates, Podkolzin and Skinner, that created the turnover, and Draisaitl one-touches it into the net. Just a quick decision. Great finish from Leon.
8:18 time of that goal for Leon Draisaitl to give the Oilers a 2-goal cushion. Quick shot by Draisaitl. Play it caught Soderblom kind of in
goal
halfway.
This guy's a 3-time 50-goal scorer. He's going to score there.
Fires it 5-hole. Up the left wing. Slaggert. Over to Donato. Will shoot it wide of the net. Off the right wing, it comes up to Arvidsson. Into the Chicago zone. Knocked down. He'll get it to the slot. Oh, it hit a stick sitting on the ice.
McDavid got away with it when he slashed the stick right out of the hands of the Chicago player.
Murphy out through the middle of the ice for the Blackhawks. Gets over center, dumps it in.
Jeff Skinner with a goal and assist in this game.
Up the left wing, Ekholm will get it out. Vlasic had to glove it down. Cross to Brody. 3-1 Oilers lead here in the third period. Brody inside his own blue line. Pass to Nazar was in behind him. Now brought in by Nugent Hopkins. Give it to Janmark. Goes in behind the Chicago net. Wanted to drop it. Well, Nugent Hopkins gets his stick in there that comes over to the left wing, top of the circle. Janmark up against the boards to Connor Brown in the corner behind the net to Nugent Hopkins. Off the right wing boards to the point. Emerson shot. Oh, that drilled Nazar.
That hurt him.
Gets to the line and comes out. Nazar slowly gets up. He's going to make his way to the Chicago bench. Puck brought in by Edmonton. Janmark to Brown. Brown, his shot blocked, goes off of Brody. Gets into the slot. And there is Foligno to bring it out for Chicago. Off the left wing boards it in.
10-3 are the shots here in the third for Edmonton. They've got it going right now.
Emberson to Brown. Brown into the Chicago zone. Across to Henrique. One-timer pad saved by Soderblom. Out through center ice with Smith.
Oh, where's that going?
Into the Oiler end. Left wing point. Del Mastro over to Jones. His shot saved made by Pickard. And he covers it up and holds on to it. With 9:42 to go here in the third, and there'll be a crowd at the side of the Edmonton net as Maroon was in there poking towards the goaltender. And Nurse steps in. We're going to take a break. 9:42 to go in the third. 3-1 Oilers lead the Blackhawks from Chicago at the United Center. It's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Hey, hockey fans! Hard rubber works well on the ice rink, but not so good on frozen roads. Atturo tires are engineered with that in mind. Scientifically designed tread patterns, along with resilient rubber compounds, allow Atturo tires to grip well in the cold of winter, while providing excellent traction and long tread life through year-round conditions. Atturo has the all-weather tire for you. Available at Action Car and Tire, Point S, and tire shops everywhere. Find a dealer near you at atturo.com.
Rogers is Canada's largest and most reliable 5G network. We're made for Oilers fans. You can stream Lyons scoring in Leduc. Watch Tide tie things up in Tofield. Unbelievable! Or check out Connor doing Connor things in Kalmar. And even watch Stewart steal the show while you're in Sedalia. Try saying that 3 times fast. Rogers, proud partner and fan of your Edmonton Oilers.
MIC is a leader in medical imaging and the official medical imaging provider to the Edmonton Oilers. Make MIC your choice. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, the game doesn't stop for injury. MIC's sports medicine imaging specialists can help you get back in the game with a timely and expert diagnosis. Go where the pros go. For a location near you, visit mic.ca.
All games, all season. You're listening to the Oilers Radio Network.
Here at the United Center, Cam Moon along with Bob Stauffer. We're in the Legacy Heating and Cooling broadcast booth. Legacy Heating and Cooling, home and no payments, no interest for 1 year. 3-1 Edmonton leads. Jeff Skinner, Leon Draisaitl have scored here in the third period to break the 1-1 tie.
And assisting on each other's goals.
That they have.
And this has been a night where the opportunities, in my opinion, were for Skinner and Arvidsson. Arvidsson up with McDavid. Now, he did not score with McDavid. He scored with that Janmark tandem with Connor Brown. You can only hope to contain it. And then conversely, you got Skinner with Leon. There's chances there, and the Oilers need some secondary scoring, and those guys have been good tonight.
It's inside the Oilers zone, and Draisaitl going in behind the net. Comes free. Bedard's got it for Chicago to the point. Martinez shot goes wide. Trying to jam it in at the side of the goal was Maroon off the pad of Pickard. Puck to center ice down the right wing to Podkolzin. He's going to drive to the net. Peeled off his stick by Jones. Penalty coming up.
It's on Podkolzin.
Podkolzin who bumped into Soderblom, I guess.
That's the old. They've had no power plays in this game yet. Look out.
Puck comes into the Oiler end, and it's Martinez, left wing corner to the right wing point. Goaltender on the bench to the extra attacker. Delayed penalty to Maroon. Floats it back to the line. Donato to Jones, over to Donato on the right wing. A shot, save made by Pickard. And the whistle goes, and Edmonton will be shorthanded now for the first time in this game. Goaltender interference going against Pot Colson.
That's a tough call on Colson. You could have called that.
Edmonton penalty number 92. 2-minute minor, goaltender interference.
Sorry, that could have been called the other way. He's being hooked on the net drive. We mentioned the fact they've got good special teams. They're 11th in the league with the power play, 23.2%. The Oilers are 23rd in the PK at 76%. Part of the problem for Edmonton, they could be dropping to below 100% here combined on power play and PK. They've worked their way back up to about 102. But they've given up the last 3 times they've been shorthanded. They've been scored against. They need some stops here.
Oiler penalty kill brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. Proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers as Nugent Hopkins off the draw will bring it out, come down the left wing. His shot, and that's off the stick of Jones, off the glass, and Donato has it. Now to Jones.
Jones has got 10 points in his last 8 games. He's been part of their power play, being a little bit better.
Bedard into the Edmonton end on the left wing point. He's down the left wing boards. Back to the line. Jones kept it in. Over to the right, Teravainen to the point to Jones. Jones across to Bedard on the left wing. Bedard down the left side with Nugent Hopkins on him. Up to the line. Nice little play to get his stick on it was Janmark, but it doesn't get out. This time, Ekholm can clear it. Donato on the left wing. To the right wing corner to Bertuzzi. Now to Teravainen. To the blue line to Jones. His shot that hits somebody goes just wide of the net. On the right wing, Teravainen has it. 3-1 Edmonton here in the third. Back to the point. Jones left side to Bedard. Cross ice. Teravainen in front scores. Donato with the redirection from Teravainen. That's a power play goal. And the Blackhawks start to within 1. Still a 3-2 Edmonton lead. Time of the goal.
Donato, he's having a great year. He's got 16 goals. Someone's going to get him. They're going to trade him. And unfortunately, Emerson got a tad late on the stick. But that was a good play.
That was a very good play.
But now it's on. You seemingly had this game in control at 3-1.
Dumped into the Chicago zone. Murphy scoops it around the boards to Slaggert. Will get it out. Klingberg at the Edmonton blue line. Now steps up to center. Loops back. 3-2 Edmonton leads. 7:25 to go in the third. Klingberg will shoot it in. Murphy poked it in behind his own goal. It goes to the right. Draisaitl to the point to Klingberg. In behind the net. Goes off the stick of McDavid. Mikheyev will get it through the middle. Vlasic will come through the neutral zone. Into the Oiler end down the left wing now. Vlasic to the corner. In behind the net. Over to the right. Out to Nazar. Shot kicked out by Pickard.
Teravainen's got 8 points in 3 games against Edmonton this year.
Unbelievable. Draisaitl up the left wing. He's got points in 5 straight. Give it back to Nurse in his own end. Edmonton will make changes. Nurse to Klingberg on the right wing. Up the right wing boards.
Where's that going?
Off the stick of Arvidsson and out. Shot back in by Smith. And it'll go in behind the Edmonton goal. Klingberg up the boards to the top of the circle to Jeff Skinner. To the blue line. Skinner made sure that it got out. Del Mastro. For Reichel into the middle of the ice. Skinner was there for Edmonton. And he will get it out of the zone. Brody's got to go back into his own end for Chicago. A stop in behind the net. Comes out to the left side. Forced back. Across to Del Mastro. Up the right wing to Brody. To the blue line. Doesn't get it out. Draisaitl has it to Arvidsson. He'll walk in. The shot. Glove save made by Soderblom. Snares that out of the air. Good opportunity, though, for Victor Arvidsson. 6:01 to go in the third. 3-2 Oilers lead.
He had put Colson on the back door. It would have been a tough pass. You got to take the shot there. Draisaitl again. He's been Edmonton's best player. He's creating opportunities all over the ice. This hockey game for the Oilers.
Faceoff will be to the left of Soderblom. Donato from Teravainen and Bedard has Chicago to within one power play goal.
But right now,
of the third.
Doesn't look like the Oilers can kill a penalty. They're 4 for 4 opposition teams on the power play the last 3 games. That's not good.
Brown taking the draw, gets caught up in skates. We'll go over to Jones, off the left wing glass, up in the air and out. Bouchard didn't get much on his pass, but it gets into Draisaitl, flip it into the Chicago end. Brown after it in the left wing corner. It's on the end boards. Podkolzin is the one that digs it loose. Then he gets pinned by Mikheyev. Comes to the left wing point. Kulak on the left wing boards to Draisaitl. Down low to Podkolzin. Down the right corner for Brown. Brown to the right wing point. Bouchard to Draisaitl. His pass goes off of Bertuzzi. It comes out. Bouchard to Brown through the neutral zone. Could not get a pass over to Podkolzin. Jones has it for Chicago. To Martinez, now to Mikheyev. Goes off his stick into the Oiler end. Nurse to Emberson. Coming up to 5 minutes to go in the third. 3-2 Oilers lead. Puck cleared out. Mikheyev at his own blue line.
This is the line that's going to get him for Chicago. The Teravainen's on the ice. Look out.
Teravainen dumps it in. Nurse to the line, off the stick of Murphy. It comes out. Vlasic will go back into his own end. Kapanen right on him. Up the left wing. It hit Mikheyev. Went to Kapanen. Kapanen across. To Janmark. Back to the blue line. Nurse's shot. That one goes off of Soderblom. Hit him in the left pad. Are cleared, and Nugent Hopkins take it into his own end. Give it to Ty Emberson. Oilers will make changes. Emberson to Nurse. Whoa. Nurse at the Edmonton blue line. Almost lost it to Slaggert. Puck goes to the right side. Now it does get turned over. Slaggert across to Bedard. Up the right wing to Slaggert. Goes to the right corner now and behind the net. To the left wing point to Del Mastro. Del Mastro shot it, went off of Nurse's skate. Nurse jam it up the right wing. It'll get to the blue line. It doesn't get out. Comes back to Nurse. It's tied up along the boards. Donato will find the loose puck. He'll center it. Scores!
What a horrendous shift.
Martinez came in from the point, one-timered it, and ties the game at 3.
I mean, that is as bad as it gets. 2 chances to get the puck out of your zone, and they don't get it either time. Boy, Emerson's having a tough road trip out there. And Pickard gets beat clean by an activating Martinez. And you know what? Edmonton was really good for the first 10 minutes of this period. But you knew they were going to get a power play, and they did. And they shoot the puck on their power play, and the Oilers have an obstinate power play right now. And now the Oilers are going to have to dig here. Again.
Martinez, third of the season from Donato. 16-16 time of the goal. Draisaitl into the Chicago zone. To the net. Shot save made by Soderblom. Hit him in the right arm.
And he's been good too.
Very. Puck cleared out. Bouchard to Draisaitl. Poked off his stick and comes out of the zone. Ekholm will dump it back in. We're tied at 3. 3:15 to go here in the third period. Oilers in Chicago. Martinez.
Better get your feet moving here.
Reichel, and he'll come out with it. Give it to Foligno into the Oiler and to the middle to Jones, and shot blocked by Ekholm. It's in behind the net. Bertuzzi has it for the Blackhawks. On the right wing to Teravainen. He'll go to the right wing corner. Teravainen in front to Bertuzzi. Oh, that just went off the post.
Oh, God.
On the left wing, Skinner will clear it.
Wake up.
Bertuzzi came that close to putting Chicago ahead.
Right now, Edmonton's got to find a way to get a point here, Camp. That's how it's going for the Oilers. They got to at least get this over the goal line and pick up a point.
A shot into the Chicago zone. Vlasic up the right wing to Teravainen. Hit by Nugent Hopkins. It comes out. We're tied at 3. We're here in the third. The Edmonton blue line. Forced back. Klingberg. Mikheyev's all over him. Mikheyev steals it. His centering pass broken up by the stick of Calvin Pickard. Puck in the left corner. Slager comes out to McCabe, and he hooked it wide. Puck to the right wing point. Murphy, right side to Nazar. 2 minutes to go here in the third. Tied at 3. It's in behind the Edmonton net. Nurse up the left wing. Puck goals are Nugent Hopkins will get it out to center ice. To Janmark, in over the line, and it's poked free by Bedard. Bedard into the Edmonton zone, right at the blue line. He'll dump it into the left wing corner.
Oilers, you know what? They're getting totally outplayed. You could make an argument Chris Knobloch maybe should have considered a timeout after the 2 quick ones. See if Edmonton can nurse this one home.
In behind his own goal is Bouchard.
Get a point here.
Bouchard, long pass up the left wing for Ekholm. He's in over the line, rips the shot wide on the short side. Arvidsson on the right wing. To the right wing corner, Martinez is there. Wraps it around, it goes off of Arvidsson. He's able to keep it in. On the right wing boards to McDavid to Arvidsson. He'll go in behind the net to the left. Back to the left wing point. Bouchard, the blast, and just tipped wide by McDavid. Bedard will get it to the blue line and out. Last minute here in the third. Tied at 3. The Oilers and the Blackhawks. Martinez up the left wing to Foligno. Off the left wing boards and in. Ekholm in behind the Edmonton net to the left wing. Off at Donato. And his stick breaks. Oilers do get it out. And it's Draisaitl at the blue line. Will dump it in. Henrique after it. Left wing corner. Now to Draisaitl. Rims to the right point. Kulak keeping it in. Right wing to Skinner. In behind the net to Draisaitl. Off the left wing to the blue line to Nurse. Left wing corner to Draisaitl. Pinned by Murphy. Loose puck to Reichel. 18 seconds to go here in the third. Reichel to center ice. He'll shoot it in. Got to it himself on the end boards. Kulak's on him. Bertuzzi will take it free to the right point. Jones to Martinez across. Teravainen just off the glove of Pickard. And the puck goes to the right corner. And the period ends. And the Oilers, for the second time in as many nights, will need overtime. What a tilt. It hit Pickard's glove, and it hit the crossbar, and it just stays out. We're going to take a break. Oilers and Blackhawks tied at 3. OT coming up next. From the United Center in Chicago, it's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Blue-collar work deserves big-dollar perks. Get a heavy wallet with Heavy Metal Equipment and Rentals. Heavy Metal Equipment and Rentals is hiring heavy equipment technicians, maintenance supervisors, PM servicemen, maintenance coordinators, and pretty much every other position that makes Alberta go. We help move the earth that makes Alberta grow. So why not work for a company that makes your bank account grow too? Visit HeavyMetalEquipment.ca to find your new career. Heavy Metal Equipment and Rentals, helping you move the earth.
Listen on air, online, and on the Radio Player Canada app.
This is the Oilers Radio Network.
Well, we need a little extra. We're here at the United Center. Cal Moon, Bob Stauffer, Oilers, Blackhawks, tied at 3. Edmonton in 3-on-3 overtime. They're 8-3. They're 0-1 in a shootout, so 8-4 overall in extra time. Chicago's 1-4 in overtime, 1-1 in shootout, 2-5 overall. Chicago getting the last 2 goals in this game.
And they
tied up. They did. Oilers got goals from Jeff Skinner and Leon Draisaitl. They were up 3-1. Then Ryan Donato and Alec Martinez score for the Blackhawks. Tie things here at the United Center.
Connor McDavid, we believe, has been fighting an illness here the last week.
Blackhawks fans, it is 11.
Tried to play through things. Now, they don't have Dickinson out there to win the draws.
He got injured in the second.
So do they go with... I know one thing. If I'm them, I get Teravainen on the... You know what they're going to do? They're going to have 2 deep.
Yep. They got Vlasic and Jones out there to start it. I'm guessing with Bedard, and it will be.
Okay, well, you got to... There's no excuse. You're 33% face-off man you're going against. If you're Draisaitl at 55%. Edmonton needs to possess the puck right away.
Game has not lacked action. Draisaitl, McDavid, Bouchard out there for the Oilers. 5 on the board. Having a little difficult time dropping the puck here. Now they do. It's in Bedard's skates and poke back to Bouchard, and the Oilers get it first. Bouchard will retreat into his own end. Up the left wing, that pass to McDavid missed him. It's going to go down the ice. It's icing. Well, that's better than just giving it to Chicago.
Now they're going to go get a second forward on the ice. No, they're not.
No. Oh, yeah, they are. Nazar's coming out.
And he can skate.
Face off to the left of Calvin Pickard. Shots are 36-31 for the Oilers. We're just 15 seconds into OT. Edmonton gets possession of it. It's Draisaitl. Up the left wing. Long pass to McDavid. He's got a breakaway. The backhand. Oh, he couldn't get the shot on net. He was tied up. Coming back was Nazar. And now the puck floated out. A little far for Nazar. Goes into the Oiler end. He gets it right wing. Centering pass. And it's picked off by Bouchard. He'll give it to Draisaitl. Right wing to McDavid. In over the line. 3-on-1. Bouchard, McDavid, Bouchard. And the pass hit the stick of Jones.
What are we on a power play here? Shoot the puck.
Puck to the line. Bouchard. Left wing to Draisaitl. Now to McDavid. Coming down that left wing to the corner. Goes in behind the Chicago net. Right corner out to Bouchard. The shot glove saved by Soderblom. He's going to play it. He almost misplayed it. Now he gives it to Jones. The left wing to Nazar. Nazar on the right to Jones. Into the Oiler, and he'll go right to the net. A shot. Nice save made by Pickard. Kicked it out. And Bouchard, long pass.
Too many on Chicago.
Too many on the ice. And it's a penalty against Chicago. As soon as Teravainen touched it, he knew.
Well, now you got to call a timeout.
Too many men on the ice.
If you're the Oilers, you got to call a timeout here. You've got your best guys out there. Call a timeout.
We're minute 18 into the OT.
Will somebody please shoot the puck?
Yeah, they just called timeout.
Like, seriously, shoot the puck. Now, 4-on-3 power plays, a little bit different than 5-on-4. More space. What a weird.
What a game.
It's been a good game.
It's been
Chicago's been fast. They've been quick.
Yes.
And the Oilers are playing the second of the back-to-back, and they're a little bit fatigued. The Oilers had a real good first 10 minutes of the third, but the Hawks, to their credit, came back.
Some exceptional saves, some great goals.
See, I'm intrigued as to why they use. I would have Nugent Hopkins instead of Hyman on the 4-on-3. Yeah.
I'm guessing Hyman will be net front. Exactly.
I was well defended by Nazar on Connor McDavid.
Yeah. Oh. So a chance here on the power play in overtime for Edmonton. Power play brought to you by ATCO Energy, your trusted energy retailer. Learn more at atcoenergy.com.
Last year, Bouchard scored against Colorado on the power play on a 4-on-3 when he decided to shoot it. So Foligno wins the draw here. The Oilers got to crash in and support him.
Face off to the right of Soderblom. Draisaitl wins the draw. It goes to Bouchard in the middle on the blue line. Now over to the right wing. Foligno knocked it off his stick, but he gets it right back. Across to McDavid. Comes down the left side. In front of the net. Wanted to tap in from Hyman, but couldn't get it through. Bouchard to McDavid down the left. In front to Hyman. Scores! Zach Hyman with a redirection. A power play goal. And the Edmonton Oilers win this one. 4-3 in overtime.
Well, that was a good one. Good finish for Edmonton. McDavid finds it in the power play, which didn't have much going tonight. Had an open net, and Zach Hyman taps one home.
Right at the side of the net. Perfect pass by Connor McDavid. And Edmonton will win it in OT. And the Oilers, just as they did last night in St. Louis, needed a little extra, but they get it done. 4-3 the final.
And frankly, for Chicago, a little bit of a tough sequence there, because they did some good things tonight.
For Zach Hyman, it'll be his 19th of the year.
And that'll be
Connor McDavid with the setup.
Yep.
Perfect setup, and gets his 49th assist. as Edmonton wins this one 4-3 in overtime. That was a minute 36 into the extra period. Hyman from McDavid and Bouchard. And the Oilers will get their 34th win of the year.
They overplayed the pass through the seam to Leon Draisaitl and gave an open tap in for Zach Hyman. And again, it's a different look on the 4-on-3 than it is on the 5-on-4. And, the Blackhawks end up going 1-1-1 against Edmonton this year. Conversely, the Oilers pick up 2 wins. And this was far from a perfect road trip. But ultimately, you find a way to win another one.
Yeah, get the win with some high drama over the course of this game here at the United Center. As Edmonton was up 3-1 in the third, Chicago scores a couple in the last half of the third period to tie it, and Edmonton gets a power play after too many men on the ice call against Chicago. And Oilers land up being 1 for 4 with a man advantage in this game and get the win here, 4-3 over Chicago. And as we head downstairs, Cam Moon along with Bob Stauffer.
Jeff Skinner.
We got Jeff Skinner and Jeff Cam Moon up here. Your thoughts on the game tonight? There was a lot of ups and downs, wasn't there?
Yeah, I think they seem to be getting their sticks on a lot of pucks and sort of making it a little bit sloppy. I think it wasn't too much that was sort of smooth for us, but obviously it's nice to get the win and grind one out.
I can imagine that there was some energy brought during the second intermission after the way the goal was scored to tie it at 1-1, Jeff. But for you, the energy started a couple games ago, winning some puck battles, playing a little bit further down in the lineup. You were rewarded tonight with the opportunity, and you capitalized with a goal and assist in the third. Just the thought on recognizing what you got. You got a chance to play with big number 29 there. You got to make it count, don't you?
Yeah, he made some great plays on the goals we were out there for. I thought Podsy was really good all night. He's on the forecheck, disrupting plays, and it was fun to play with those guys. But we got a little bit of a rotation going. We got a lot of good players. So I think even you're playing down the lineup, you're playing with good players. You want to try and get a good feeling for your game and just keep working, help the team win.
Jeff, the team's now 9-3 in the 3-on-3 overtime. How confident are you guys if it goes to extra time in that regard?
Because we are.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we got some good players out there when they got some time and space. So obviously it opens up some space, and then there in the 4-on-3, it's fun to watch those guys go to work.
Jeff, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
All right, there's Jeff Skinner downstairs. A goal and an assist for Jeff Skinner. And the Edmonton Oilers win this one 4-3 over Chicago in overtime.
All right, so Colorado's in Calgary tomorrow. We fly home tonight. See what sort of energy the Oilers have Friday. It'll be the second of a back-to-back for the Avalanche. You've got just 15 goals in 6 games since trading Mikko Rantanen in a deal for the fleet-footed Martin Necas. But Mikko Rantanen has been a top 5 scorer in the league last 5 years. The Oilers have won 2 against Colorado. They won the hard way the last 2 nights on this road trip. Expanded a lot of energy. We'll see what sort of juice they bring on Friday to close out the pre-Four Nations face-off schedule for the Edmonton Oilers.
Looking forward to that one on Friday. This was a lot of fun here tonight as the Edmonton Oilers win 4-3 in overtime. Victor Arvidsson, Jeff Skinner, Leon Draisaitl, and Zach Hyman. Hyman with the OT winner for Edmonton. For Chicago, goals by Lucas Reichel, Ryan Donato, and Alec Martinez. Edmonton wins it 4-3 and improved to 34-16-4. Chicago drops to 16-31-6. Oilers with the win, and our Rogers post-game shows coming up next.
And sure enough, we're able to win our third cup in 4 years, which was quite an incredible feat.
That was Hockey Hall of Famer and Stanley Cup champion for the Edmonton Oilers, Mark Messier, on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio's The Morning Skate with Scott Laughlin on Channel 91.
Follow every second of the action on NHL Network Radio. From behind the bench to every play on the ice. If it's hockey, it's on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. SiriusXM 91.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Thursday, February the 6th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL, 7 p.m., Columbus Blue Jackets take on the Utah Hockey Club. Blue Jackets on Sirius 210, XM 221, and Internet 927. Utah on Internet 947. 7 p.m., Tampa Bay Lightning face the Ottawa Senators. Lightning on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 945. Senators on Internet 939. 7 p.m., New Jersey Devils face the Vegas Golden Knights. Devils on Sirius 209, XM 220, and Internet 946. Knights on Internet 949. 7 p.m., Philadelphia Flyers take on the Washington Capitals. Flyers on Sirius XM channels 91, Internet 940, Capitals on Internet 950. 7:30 p.m., Minnesota Wild face the Carolina Hurricanes. Wild on XM 223, Internet 933, Hurricanes on Internet 924. 8 p.m., St. Louis Blues face the Florida Panthers. Blues on Sirius 160, XM 222, and Internet 944. Panthers on Internet 931. 9 p.m., Calgary Flames take on the Colorado Avalanche. Flames on Sirius XM channels 167, Internet 923. Avalanche on Internet 926. 10 p.m., Seattle Kraken face the Toronto Maple Leafs. Kraken on Sirius XM channels 91, Internet 943. Leafs on Internet 946. 10:30 p.m., San Jose Sharks take on the Vancouver Canucks. Sharks on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 942. Canucks on Internet 948. For 24/7 coverage of the NHL season and hockey across the world, keep it locked on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio, Channel 91. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your Sirius XM NHL schedule for Thursday, February the 6th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL, 7 p.m., Columbus Blue Jackets take on the Utah Hockey Club. Blue Jackets on Sirius 210, XM 221, and Internet 927. Utah on Internet 947. 7 p.m., Tampa Bay Lightning face the Ottawa Senators. Lightning on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 945. Senators on Internet 939.
Hear it all on demand. Your favorite shows, your favorite games. Don't miss a second of your favorite SiriusXM programming on demand with the SiriusXM app. Download it now for free.
Former Colorado Avalanche chairman and CEO Charlie Lyons was on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio Channel 91 with Steve Kouleas to discuss what it was like successfully keeping Joe Sakic in Colorado in 1997 during a chaotic 7-day time frame.
That all this, Charlie, comes together in 7 days. Like this isn't one moving part. Like if we get the Fox deal done, it's done. If the movie does really well, we'll borrow from the future, even though that wasn't the best thing, as you alluded to, from the movie company. Or the mayor says, yeah, we're going to do that. Like they could have said, it's August. We'll talk after Labor Day. So what's incredible, right? That you got it done that quickly, which is almost, it's hard to do one deal in 5 business days, let alone the 7 you dealt with.
You know, in the movie business, I make this point in the documentary. One of the things that keeps an audience engaged is if the clock is ticking. You know, find the person that's been kidnapped, disable the bomb, stop the terrorist, get to the stage on time so you can get up and do your stand-up comedy when the audience is waiting. The ticking clock makes people realize we don't have time to screw around. We got to fix this and do it right now. So that was, in many ways, as miserable it was for, and particularly with my team, because I had a great team, you know, but they did the heavy lifting because in essence, we had to do everything on handshakes. You're not going to get everything documented, but you're talking about the most honorable parties on earth, the mayor, Fox, Liberty Media. When they shake your hand, it's gold. And so we got it all done, and here we are.
What was it like this is 1997, so no e-transfers. What was it like to tell the Rangers, to quote a song, to take this and shove it? Who made the call and said, by the way, here's the check for Joe Sakic, bye-bye, NYC?
Well, Pierre went to Joe's house and delivered the money. I got up with Liberty and Fox and the mayor at City Hall, and we announced the arena deal, Fox and Liberty. And we were coordinated. It was choreographed. And then I was a speechwriter when I was a kid. And I had the blessing to do some work for the governor of New York when he was vice president, Nelson Rockefeller, and he had that famous picture where he was being heckled, and he offered his opinion of that. And that picture of him flipping the bird was, I figured, a nice gift to send Dave Checketts, who was a good friend of mine, by the way.
I love it. I never knew that. I love it.
The PGA Tour comes to life on SiriusXM. It's your destination for everything on the tour. Hear live hole-by-hole coverage and expert analysis. PGA Tour Radio, SiriusXM 92.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Thursday, February the 6th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL, 7 p.m., Columbus Blue Jackets take on the Utah Hockey Club. Blue Jackets on Sirius 210, XM 221, and Internet 927. Utah on Internet 947. 7 p.m., Tampa Bay Lightning face the Ottawa Senators. Lightning on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 945. Senators on Internet 939. 7 p.m., New Jersey Devils face the Vegas Golden Knights. Devils on Sirius 209, XM 220, and Internet 946. Knights on Internet 949. 7 p.m., Philadelphia Flyers take on the Washington Capitals. Flyers on Sirius XM channels 91, Internet 940, Capitals on Internet 950. 7:30 p.m., Minnesota Wild face the Carolina Hurricanes. Wild on XM 223, Internet 933, Hurricanes on Internet 924. 8 p.m., St. Louis Blues face the Florida Panthers. Blues on Sirius 160, XM 222, and Internet 944. Panthers on Internet 931. 9 p.m., Calgary Flames take on the Colorado Avalanche. Flames on Sirius XM channels 167, Internet 923. Avalanche on Internet 926. 10 p.m., Seattle Kraken face the Toronto Maple Leafs. Kraken on Sirius XM channels 91, Internet 943. Leafs on Internet 946. 10:30 p.m., San Jose Sharks take on the Vancouver Canucks. Sharks on Sirius